might go like on a spa trip and then plan a bigger honeymoon maybe like next summer.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tom Lang Park for another edition of Coast Hotel's Weyburn Beaver Baseball Live on FloCollege. Tonight's game features the visiting Medicine Hat Mavericks and your hometown Weyburn Beavers. Starting pitcher tonight for the Beavers is Logan Kinter. And Logan on the year has not allowed an earned run in 9 innings of work, so put that to the test starting tonight. He has a no-win, 1-loss record and 2 saves on the year. 10 strikeouts to go with 3 bases on balls. Yeah, I ran up here. Kind of out of breath, I ran up here. All right. Last night, it feels like last night, but Sunday night, in the Beavers game against the Miller Express, the Boston Pizza player of the game was Joe Medill. Joe had a 2-for-4 night with a solo home run, and that earned him the Boston Pizza player of the game. Starting lineup for the Beavers tonight. In right field, making a triumphant return, we hope, to Tom Lang Park, it's the 5-year veteran, Mr. Weyburn, Ryan Dauphiny. In center field tonight, Joe Medill. Batting third in left field will be Austin Boylan. The cleanup hitter is at first base, Braden Mancourt. The number 5 hitter, Trevor Jimmy Dale. Back from UCCS, where he had 27 home runs this year. Welcome home. The number 6 hitter, the catcher Rob Gurney, the Beavers' leading hitter so far. Jared Cramp returns from injury to start at third base. Owen Mancourt is the designated hitter tonight and batting 7th. Batting 8th rather. Ryan Reaver starts at second base and he'll bat 9th. The umpires for tonight's game. Behind the plate is Adam Sims. At first base is Mike Richards. And Braden Lonsbury will have the third base duties. Dylan, these two teams both kind of battling for the playoff spot, jockeying in position from 3 to 5. And the Mavs have been on the short end of a few games here. What do you think the Beavers have to do, aside from scoring more runs than the Mavs?
Well, I don't necessarily think offense is the problem for the Beavers over that 3-game set against Moose Jaw. What was it, 26 runs over those 3 games? Unfortunately, they allowed more than that. So that's going to have to be the number one priority for the Beavers is, 1, get yourself some good pitching, reliable. Hope your bullpen can kind of carry you through. And then your defense has got to be behind your pitcher as well. But usually, if you score 26 runs over 3 games, you're going to have success. So for the Beavers, keep that same approach at the plate. Just tighten up some things on the mound and in the field, and you should be all right.
Yeah, I agree with you there. You know, you look at the game on Sunday night, and mercifully, there were 7 errors on the scorecard, but there was an 8th that didn't get charged. So, looking to clean some things up there for sure. So, there's some dangerous hitters in this Medicine Hat lineup to be sure. You know, when you look at guys like Carter Roth, who was the NAIA Player of the Year. That guy's an absolute terror. Nate King is hitting .531. Josh Stark hitting .400. And we're going to pause for the anthem. Well, I didn't get a starting lineup for the Mavs. I had looked on their social media about 6:30, and it hadn't been posted yet. So
I will take a look and see if they have posted it at 7:05 p.m. We are just about ready for first pitch here. See if we have Medicine.
Looks like Carson Chan will lead things off.
Nothing yet. Their last
Nothing
post
yet.
was
Okay.
10 hours ago. So, no
Okay.
confirmed lineup. We'll have to make that up as we go. But, yeah, as you kind of mentioned, the Mavericks, a little bit of bad luck maybe as of late. They did have that 9-0 blank against the Red Sox not too long ago. But for the Mavericks, much like the Beavers, they want to get momentum and, make that hunt for the playoffs. For these two teams, and obviously it starts early on here in this season with a 2-game homestand for the Beavers, an opportunity to pick up some crucial wins on home turf, and for the Mavericks, you got to pick up these road wins in order to contend for the playoffs. It may not seem as dire straits now, but those wins become very important down the line.
Okay, we do have a starting lineup now. It will be Carson Chan leading things off for the Medicine Hat Mavericks, and he will play left field tonight. Blake Dale is in right field batting second. The DH Eric Calder will bat third. Carter Roth, the third baseman, bats fourth. Evan Morrison is in center field tonight, and he will bat fifth. Frankie Giacalone is at first base for the Mavs and batting sixth. Johnny Volcano, the veteran shortstop, bats seventh. Nate King, the catcher, who's started the year on an absolute tear, hitting .531. He will bat eighth, and Takeo Cervantes is at second base, and he rounds out the order, batting ninth. Their starting pitcher tonight is Derek Archer.
Yeah, if we take a look here at Archer so far in this season, flip the page over here. Archer, 18 innings pitched, a 1-1 record. He's got about a 3 ERA, 16 strikeouts. 6 earned runs and 6 walks, so very good start for him so far this season. 3 ERA. If you want to keep it around there,
That's really good.
If you can have a 3 ERA, you're gonna give your team a chance every single night. So for Archer, especially with 18 innings pitched, he's the leading pitcher for the Mavericks in terms of workload so far. So looks like they're gonna rely on him.
First pitch from Logan Kinter is a fastball that just misses outside for ball one.
One for Kinter as well. Not a bad start at all. He hasn't had an earned run against and 10 strikeouts, so could see a pitcher's duel.
Carson Chan enters this game hitting .259. He has 14 hits and 54 at-bats, 5 doubles, a triple, a home run, and 11 runs batted in. Kinter misses outside, 2 balls and 1 strike the count.
One for Kinter, that's where you're going to want to miss on that outside part. He's trying to paint that corner. Find that early.
That's up, 3 balls and a strike. I have tried to roll without a paper scorecard for 2 games, and I hate it. I hate it.
That's fair.
Swing and a miss. That'll fill the count. Well, I'll tell you what, when Kinter's in the zone, he's awfully difficult to deal with. That fastball, he's probably back running it up to 92. Coming off a knee surgery that he had after hurting it playing basketball. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Oh, yeah, good velocity, back-to-back fastballs and a 3-1 count. The first one blew it right by Chan. So then you get thinking, okay, does he go off speed or does he go back to the heater? By the time you made up your decision, it's by you. And first strikeout for Kinter on the game.
And he does have a real good slider. He used to... he had a curveball, has a curveball, kind of went away from it because he was having trouble getting it in the zone. 1 strike the count to Blake Dale. Swing and a miss, 2 strikes. Dale, a .289 start, 22 hits and already 76 at-bats for Blake Dale. 9 doubles, a triple, 2 homers, and 18 runs batted in. Tied for the team lead with Carter Roth in that category. Kinter misses outside.
And for the Mavericks, got to keep that hitting prowess alive, as he is right on the corner, painted, and back-to-back strikeouts for Kinter.
So 2 strikeouts already for Logan Kinter, 10 pitches. And Eric Calder, the designated hitter, will come to the plate.
.326 average for Calder. He's having a great start to the year. He's got 11 runs on 15 hits and 11 RBIs, 7 doubles so far. That is second or third on the team. Roth and Dale tied for first in that category with 9 each. So reason he's hitting in that 3-hole.
I would expect to see Carter Roth in the 3-hole, but breaking ball just misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, and for Roth, obviously, you got him in the cleanup spot. You're hoping you can get Dale and Calder on base so that Roth can clean it up.
Roth is the guy that gets on base for the other guys to clean up, though.
True.
Roth has really good speed.
One for Roth, as you mentioned, tied for team lead with 18 RBIs. Just 5 strikeouts against. There's Calder quickly down. How's that off? 2-2.
Just looking at, I'm going to shout out Truman Bartman, the play-by-play voice of the Medicine Hat Mavericks, who prepared a pronunciation guide which makes things really easy for us. So thanks a bunch, Truman. Look forward to seeing you when we're in Med Hat. Swing and a miss. He strikes out the side. The Mavs go 1-2-3 in the first, and we'll be back with the bottom of the first inning right after this. Sure win one and Moose Jaw if they bring him in instead of saving him to start.
Website, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for all things Beavers.
This could be a low-scoring game, but I don't know how many pitches we can run.
Wow, that's...
Kinter 40 max.
Yeah.
50 at the extreme. If you throw him 50, you don't have him until the weekend. And we're back here at Tom Lang Park for the bottom of the first inning. And Derek Archer takes to the hill, and Dylan ran through his stats, off to a really good start for the Mavs. I mean, a 3 earned run average in 18 innings, 16 strikeouts to go with 6 walks. 6 earned runs in those 18 innings and a 1-on-1 record.
Yeah, we kind of mentioned in the first, it could be a low-scoring affair with these two chuckers on the bump today. So obviously the Beavers in front of their home crowd.
And a very nice round of applause as Ryan Dauphiny leads things off, his first at-bat of his 5th season with the Beavers. And the first pitch is taken by Doff for ball 1.
Well, and for the Beavers, having, Dauphiny and who's in the 5th hole again? Excuse me.
Dale.
Having Dauphiny and Dale back, it kind of, when you look at the starting lineup, it looks like a lineup that's going to be there throughout the season. You know, you finally got all the boys back, and now you can start to generate some momentum.
Swing and a miss there. It's been over a month since Doff has seen live pitching, so.
Well, and, you know, your first game back in front of your hometown fans, you might be a little antsy in that box.
But I tell you what, I have seen him battle over the past 4 years, get down 0-2 and just battle. He's always going to have good at-bats. Yeah, sure, he chased strike 2, but swing and a miss. Foul tip, actually, squeezed.
One for Dauphiny, obviously not the start you're looking for, but you're swinging at pitches. As you mentioned, it's been a month since you've seen live action, so maybe you can be a bit tentative in the box. You're wanting to see a few, but Dauphiny, as a veteran, you know, trying to fight off some pitches and taking swings at it. You don't want to, you know, watch 3 go by you and go back to the dugout.
Joe Medill comes to the plate. Joe shows bunt and pulls it back for ball 1.
Yeah, Medill, I think that first one was just to keep the corners honest, keep them moving. But Medill on the year, 277. He's got 12 runs on 13 hits, 5 runs batted in, and 2 doubles and 2 home runs. So a bit of pop in that bat.
Yeah, when you're batting in the 2 spot, you don't get a lot of chances for RBIs, not as many.
Well, another thing for him as well, 9 walks. That's second on the team, only behind Braden Maincourt, as we've talked about his ability to draw walks. But Medill, you know, you want to have some pop, but you got to be patient as well, especially in that 2 spot.
Joe has really good speed as well. He's had a couple of bunt singles on the year. So some power, some speed. There's a lot of things to like about the game of young Joe Medill as he runs the count full.
Well, that was a really good take there, 2-2. That's a close pitch.
Low, ball 4. So for Joe Medill on the year, that is base on balls number 10.
He's also had 4 hit by pitches, which is second on the team behind Robert Gurney. So he finds his way on base quite often. I don't know if it's got the OB on base percentage. Yeah, 433 on base for him with a 277 average. So he can get on the paths, and as you mentioned, he has that speed. So I've got to keep an eye on him as
Austin Boylan is at the plate, and he swings through strike 1. Boylan tied for the team lead in batting average with Rob Gurney with identical 311 marks. 8 runs batted in the doubleheader in Moose Jaw on the weekend. That's really good.
Yeah. Well, and you want that kind of production out of your 3-hole hitter, as we mentioned. You know, that sets the tone for your team. And for Boylan to come in here in a 311 average and all those hits in 12 or 17 RBIs is impressive feat.
That is a really good 0-2 pitch by Archer, trying to get him to chase the breaking ball on the outside edge. Boylan doesn't bite.
And Boylan 8 walks as well. Another throw over.
These guys are freshmen, and they're behaving like mature hitters.
Well, that's you want to make an impression early on in the year. That's a great way to do it.
There goes Medill. The throw down. Out at second base. Nice throw by Nate King.
Yeah, really nice throw there. Medill, pretty good jump, and goes with the feet first slide. But a really good throw from behind the plate there. Got some.
Yeah, if that's on the other side of the bag, if it's a foot to the left, he does not make the play. Really close.
Yeah, not only do you have to have the power to get it down there in time, but you have to have the accuracy, which is more important than the power. If it's not on line, it's going to be very tough for either the shortstop or the second baseman to apply that tag.
Up the middle, base hit, Austin Boylan. First hit of the ball game.
Nice piece of hitting there. Just not doing too much. Get a good piece on it. Drive it right up the middle, and with 2 outs, try and start a rally.
So Braden Mayencourt to the plate. The veteran, starting at first base tonight, is Mayo.
Right at the Mendoza line, 250 on the season. Takes that one for a strike, but a .426 on-base percentage. He's got 10 RBIs and a team-leading 12 walks.
The career leader in Beaver walks. So as it stands right now, last year Mayencourt and Dauphiny traded that walk record. Dauph finished ahead of Mayo last year, 67 to 64. Mayo now 76 to 67 lead. That's up and out of the zone.
When you see on those last 2 pitches, his ability, a great outside fastball trying to paint the corner just off, and then a breaking ball that he could see runs in a little bit, and now gets himself in a favorable count.
Checks Boylan at first, and he's back safely.
No stolen bases yet for Boylan. He was caught stealing once.
Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Ground ball to short, picked up by Volcano, flipped to second, and that'll retire the side. So a fielder's choice for the third out. 6 to 4. And the Beavers do not score a run. They get 1 hit. There were no Medicine Hat errors, and I guess 1 left on first base. So after 1 complete, we're scoreless here at Tom Lang Park, and we'll be back with the second in right after this. Welcome back to Tom Lang Park. Scoreless after 1. Logan Kinter back out on the mound for his second inning of work. Struck out the side in the first inning, 1-2-3. And he will face a really tough customer in Carter Roth to lead things off, followed by Evan Morrison and Frankie Giacalone.
Well, if you want to have perfect game at 27 strikeouts, you got to start with striking out the side in the first. Really good start for Kinter. I don't think we've ever seen that in the WCBL or in any baseball. 27 strikeouts is...
The Beaver record for strikeouts in a game is held by Ryan Johnson. And that's...
I'm glad we're looking at strikeout records after 1 inning.
Well, I have the records here. I curate the records for those that don't know. And where's single season strikeouts here? There we do.
Grounder to third.
Well, that's
up,
single
fielded,
season.
and a nice scoop at first just in time.
Well, the single game record's cut off here on that one, so I apologize. Another time. They're down here.
Yeah.
So So I'll fix that. So what do we have there for an out?
That was a grounder to third and a nice scoop at first.
A 5-3 on the putout.
5-3.
Foul tip squeezed. 0-1. Evan Morrison off to a slow start. You know that he will heat it up at some point this season.
Yeah, Morrison, his problem so far has been the strikeout numbers, 24. That leads the team. Blake Dale in behind him at 21. But 10 RBIs so far for Morrison, so kind of a all or nothing start for him so far. He's got 13 hits, 3 doubles, 1 home run. He also has drawn 16 walks, which is a Maverick team lead.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Couldn't quite hold it. Don't want to count.
Well, and that's so slow coming in after those fastballs. It's hard to pull back.
Tried to backdoor one there, and that'll fill the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Morrison, a Medicine Hat product. And a walk. First base on balls issued by Logan Kinter. So the Mavs have a runner aboard with 1 out here in the top of the second inning.
What a good recovery from Morrison after that check swing call. You know, Kinter tries a backdoor slider, kind of slips away, runs a full count, and then fastball out of the zone, doesn't chase at it.
And Frankie Giacalone checks in. A big swing and a miss there at a Logan Kinter fastball.
Well, and maybe kind of teeing up on that. Kinter has tried to get that first strike throughout all these batters so far, and usually with the fastball, so tried a big cut, but just behind it.
Breaking ball is outside and in the dirt. Nicely picked there by Rob Gurney.
Yeah, made that look pretty routine. That's not the easiest pick in the world, but so the best catchers usually do make those one-hoppers look easy.
That's fouled out of play.
That might hit a house over on the other side. That thing had velocity.
Is your car over there?
Mine is like 2 streets down, but it still might have hit it. That thing was flying off the bat.
Ladies fastball game going on tonight, and lots of vehicles behind us, and somebody's going to lose a windshield, I think. Oh, the breaking ball fouled away. A nice piece of hitting there by Giacalone to stay alive.
On Giacalone, a 333 average. He's had 5 RBIs only out of that, but a home run and a triple.
A little smaller body of work than a lot of the Medicine Hat hitters.
Yeah, a little bit.
And that runs in and hits him. So after stellar control, Kinter a little struggle with control. He was ahead in the count 1-2. Ran one in, got away on him.
Well, and if I remember right, there was kind of a left-handed batter start in those first 3 Ks. Now, with a few righties in the box, got to see if Kinter can adjust.
That's right at the knees for strike 1. Good pitch.
Well, and that's the pitch you got to have for these right-handed batters. Low and outside, hard fastballs. If they do take a cut at it, most likely going to just slap it as a ground ball the other way.
Johnny Volcano 0-1 the count. I think this has got to be the final year for Johnny Volcano. His brother Aaron aged out last year, and Adam's still on the squad. Last year, 3 brothers on the team.
Well, a great year for him as well. 372 average. He's got 8 RBIs and 3 doubles.
Really good defensive shortstop. Been a mainstay for this team for a number of years. And a line drive to center. Medill comes over and cuts it off. That's going to score the first run of the game. An RBI single, Johnny Volcano.
Yeah, kind of a breaking ball that hung a little bit on Kinter, and good piece of hitting from Volcano there. Just drive that out into some grass and drive in a run.
So Evan Morrison scores on the play. The base on ball is coming back to haunt.
Well, and for Kinter now, the task is a ground ball. You want to try and get a double play, get out of this inning.
And that's line to right. Dauphiny picks it up. No tag at second as Dauphiny gets it in quickly. Nice play by the veteran. So hard line out to right field for the second out.
And King, you'd mentioned, he's tearing the cover off the baseball early this season, a .531 average. You know, not the biggest sample size, but he's had 32 at-bats, and 17 of those have been hits with 6 RBIs. He's only struck out once, so you can put the bat on the baseball. Did so there, but right out to right field.
Takeo Cervantes. Oh, Kinter spikes one that didn't give Rob Gurney much of a chance. That's a wild pitch.
Yeah, and for Kinter, after, you know, a extremely good first inning, you know, striking out the side, bit rougher here in the second, but as a pitcher, you got to just calm down and get the ball across the plate.
Swing and a miss by Cervantes. 1-1.
And a good response there after that wild pitch. Go right at him, give him a chance, and get yourself in a 1-1 count.
Swing and a miss at a high fastball. 1-2. So Kinter again ahead 1-2 to right-handed hitter. Mavs on the board. They lead this 1-0. Batting in the top of the second. That's fouled away and out of play. The count will remain 1-2.
When I really like the response from Kinter in this at-bat, after that first pitch, 3 straight strikes or, you know, hittable pitches in the zone attacking him. You don't want to be afraid as a pitcher.
There's a curveball that's hit to center field. Joe Medill is there, and he'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. So the Mavericks, they do score a run on one base hit. There were no Weyburn errors, and 2 runners left on base, both of them in scoring position. So after 1.5, the Medicine Hat Mavericks won, the Weyburn Beavers no score, and we'll be right back with more Weyburn Beavers Coast Hotels Weyburn Beaver Baseball live on FloCollege. I could phone down for delivery. Uber Eats, maybe? Uber Eats. I did that on June 7th. It was Rob's birthday. I wanted to get a cake, and it was like, well, a cake will suck. It'll be tough.
Yeah.
So I Uber Eats cupcakes from Costco.
Oh, really?
Got them brought to the ballpark. Put them on the bus with Carmen.
Yeah.
Carmen didn't even eat any. Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Tom Lang Park, the familiar walk-up song of number 6, Trevor Dale. Jimmy had an absolute beast year at school at the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs. 385 batting average with 27 home runs on the year. Entered the transfer portal. And speaking to his father, Mark, just before the game, he's very close to signing a Division I deal.
Well, said great for him. He's been such an impactful player for the Beavers and beyond. And, I mean, those stats, as you mentioned, speak for themselves. And if he can come and have an immediate impact for the Beavers, it can certainly help them make a playoff run.
Rob Gurney in the on-deck circle. Fouls that away. Trevor had a good BP last night, but again, hasn't seen live pitching in a month, so it'll take a little bit to get the timing down. Starting at shortstop tonight. He takes. So 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Well, and early on already some action. There was action actually in both bullpens, but serious action in the Mavericks bullpen.
That's heating. That's like 2 innings for Archer. A swing and a miss, he struck him out. Down goes Trevor Dale. So the 2 guys that we're delighted to have back will strike out in their first plate appearances.
Yeah. Well, and we kind of mentioned that we could see some really good pitching out of these guys, and maybe just for the bullpen, it's more of a, hey, just in case type of thing. Let's get you warm. That's Adam Valcano warming up in the bullpen for Medicine Hat. He's 8 1/3 inning for him.
Rob Gurney held up on the swing, but pitch in the zone for strike 1.
And Archer's been working that breaking ball. Wind's starting to pick up. It'll have some good movement.
Fastball. Gurney turned away like it was inside, and it's called strike 2.
Well, that's a pretty good pitch sequence there. Slider outside, heater inside, and an 0-2 count.
Strike 3 called on the outside edge.
Yeah, that's a pretty good little spot of pitching there. 3 perfect pitches, and Gurney watches all of them. Nothing you can do sometimes.
So Jared Cramp comes to the plate, takes ball 1. Jared has missed the last few ball games due to some injury concerns, but back in the lineup tonight.
Well, and for him, rough start, both healthy and injury. For him, if he can string together some good games, good at-bats, and get that confidence back, that'll really help this Beavers lineup, especially as we get towards the bottom of it.
And Jared Cramp, a guy that put up big numbers at McPherson College in Kansas, batted .400 with 16 home runs. That tails away in a 3-1 count. Owen Mancourt is on deck. Ball 4. Second base on balls issued.
Yeah, nice easy walk there for Cramp. That's his 3rd walk of the season, but if you want to get that on-base percentage up, his is the lowest on the team at just .226. That's a great way to do it. And, with 2 outs, the Beavers can hopefully start a rally.
I think he played through a lower body injury, tried to battle through it, and that doesn't help. So he does have good speed. So we'll see. Has not been in the lineup probably for the best part of 2 weeks. And ball 1 to Owen Mancourt. That misses inside. 2-0.
When you mentioned the speed of Cramp, he, on that first pitch, had a very sizable lead. It almost looked like he was going to take off right off the bat. Now it was a little bit more conservative. I think second baseman keyed into that. Hey, keep an eye on him.
Pickoff move. Cramp is back. Owen Mancourt, a nice start in limit, like a late arrival, just arrived about a week ago.
Yeah, for him, 10 at-bats and 3 RBIs. That's generally a pretty good rate. 300 average right now. He's got 2 strikeouts and 2 walks against, but small sample size.
Swing and a miss. He's got some pop.
Yeah, well, and that small sample size can be the start of great things for him. You know, we've talked about Braden, and if that tandem could get going.
Full count. So in Saskatoon on June 7th, Rob Gurney hit 2 doubles on his birthday and driven in both times by Owen Mayencourt. Pair of RBI singles for Owen. Cramp goes full count, and it's ball 4. Nice alert play by home plate umpire Adam Sims, as that was a live ball.
Yeah, well, said if that ends up getting too far away from the catcher, Cramp can go first to third on that, but ball nowhere close enough for him. He was jogging all the way to second.
So Ryan Weaver comes to the plate, the second baseman tonight. And that's where I like him best defensively. He did a good job at shortstop, but I really like him at second base.
One for Weaver, 244 average. He's got 10 hits, 3 RBIs, and a triple. He's got a ton of speed, as he's got 7 stolen bases.
Swing and a miss there. And in that, in game 2 in Moose Jaw, Weaver put a charge into one, sent one to the track. I thought it was leaving Ross Wells Park, but right up against the wall, the center fielder made the catch. He really put a charge into it.
And a pretty healthy cut there, and a 1-1 count for Weaver. An opportunity with runners aboard and 2 out, try and make something happen.
I think that was a foul tip squeezed. Checks his swing. No, he didn't.
Good hold there from Weaver. That looks like a nice pitch right at eye level as a batter. You think it looks so good, and then you swing and you end up swinging underneath it. And Weaver, good job to hold back just in time.
Yeah, you get your fastball and it's up and you can't hit it and you can't lay off it. It's tough. Fouled straight back.
Well, and for the Beavers, it's been a good inning in running up the pitch count as well. You've had, 2 walks already and a 2-2 count. When, you have Archer who's logged some innings, you want to try and run up that pitch count. Fastball.
Strike 3 called.
A fastball right on the outside corner. Perfect pitch freezes him for strike 3, and that'll do it for the bottom of the second. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base with 1 run in scoring position. After 2 complete innings, it's Medicine Hat Mavericks 1 and Weyburn Beavers 0. We'll take a short break and get back with the top of the third after this.
You're hungry, remember to check out the kids section sponsored by Self-Rain Now Servicing for all your food needs.
All good.
Should have been looking for Woody.
Yeah, well, it was Woody that let me in. I got
When I talked to Steve, I was like, "You gonna keep for that game?" He says, "No, only Woody and Garnet." Woody has one.
Yeah.
Logan Kinter back on the hill for inning number 3 for him. Through 2 innings, Kinter 37 pitches, 24 for strikes. He's struck out 3 and outdone by Derek Archer, who struck out 4 through 2 innings but also walked 3.
Well, Kinter, kind of a tale of 2 innings for him. The first, about as good as you could get, striking out the side. It was that second inning where, in the 5 through 9, we're able to get a little bit on him. So we'll see if he can bounce back here with the top of the order.
And just the 1 base hit allowed by Kinter, the RBI single from Johnny Volcano. And the top of the order leads things off. Carson Chan fouls the first pitch out of play. Chan struck out in his first plate appearance. He's 0 for 1.
There was a little bit of movement at the end of the first in the Beavers bullpen, but nothing really serious. More, maybe just, hey, stay warm. It's a little cool tonight.
And I don't know how long they're going to stretch Logan Kinter out tonight. I don't think he goes 5 complete, but I have been wrong before, believe it or not.
Well, and that's just going to depend on the result of the game. If he's dealing and, gets back to that caliber.
Yeah, that's the number right there.
Yeah, 40 pitches already here in the third.
Ooh, just misses. A good 1-2 pitch there to Carson Chan. The breaking ball.
Yeah, he had that nice backdoor breaking ball that caught the plate. Maybe trying that again or trying to run it in.
Looked like it might have been down a bit.
Yeah.
And a fastball drilled to right field right at Ryan Dauphiny, and he'll make the play one away.
Well, and that's actually a pretty good piece of hitting there from Chan. He got ahead of that fastball, and as you mentioned, that thing's got some steam off of it. And after seeing 2 straight breaking balls to get in front of that fastball is pretty good, but just right out to right field and first out of the inning.
Yeah, there's definitely a reason why the guy's in the 1 spot. Blake Dale, another stalwart veteran for the Medicine Hat Mavericks, struck out his first at-bat. Takes ball 1 here. There was a Rick Vaughn special. Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
Well, and Dale, it's kind of been an all or nothing in that 2-hole. He's got 9 doubles, 2 home runs, and a triple, but he also has 21 strikeouts, which is second on the team. A .289 average, which is nothing to scoff at for sure, but
no, he'll hit 300 all day long, that's for sure.
He's second on the team in hits with 22 and tied with RBIs.
4-pitch walk to Blake Dale. Second base on balls of the evening. So Kinter fast approaching 50 pitches. And I don't see any movement down there, so.
Well, I think they want him to run this out, and he said, you are looking for a ground ball here.
Fastball outside, ball 1 to Calder. And Calder also struck out his first at-bat as Kinter struck out the side in the first. Foul tip squeezed by Rob Gurney. Green light, 3-0 for Blake Dale.
Yeah. Well, let's see what kind of lead he gets here at first. An opportunity with 1 out to try and take that double play out of the equation. 2 stolen bases for Dale so far this season.
And a balk is called by the home plate umpire on the move to first, and Cam Williams coming out for an explanation. Kinter does not like it.
Well, and that's that kind of jump throw, and that's the balk might be the most controversial question in all of baseball, because usually that's what ends up bringing out managers and pitchers for these kind of conversations, and that goes all the way up to the MLB level.
Wow, I mean, if anything, so he makes that move and he's penalized, where a left-hander basically looks like he steps right to home plate, and that's not a balk.
Yeah, I'm not as in tune with the rules per se on why that is considered a balk, but to me, it just seems like a jump 180 throw to first.
Well, I heard Cam Williams say as he come out of the dugout, that's wrong.
Yeah. The big thing now for Kinter is to get back to the task at hand, which is this batter. Now, said the double play's out of position. You could treat it as a stolen base if you want. You know, it's a big opportunity to get 2 outs.
Swing and a miss, 2-2. So the ground ball not a factor here now.
No, you're just trying to get him out, especially now with that swing and miss 2-2. If you could strike him out, that might be the biggest one early on in this game.
At the 50th pitch for Logan Kinter.
See, to me, that looks more Bach-esque than that throw to first.
But yeah, that's fine because you don't have to throw to third or second.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, but as soon as he makes that move to first, he has to throw.
Yeah.
Fouled straight back. Carter Roth in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. They're wearing their Toronto Blue Jays, the old Medicine Hat Blue Jays throwback Baby J look. I think it's my favorite look in the league, to be honest.
I really like those red jerseys with the white trim.
And the vintage Blue Jay font.
Yeah, it's clean. So it reminds me, those retro jerseys, but something that a lot of teams have kind of gotten away from over the years is the kind of classic, simple look. The red and white, I think of the old Cincinnati Reds jerseys and how great those looked in the 70s and 80s. Teams have kind of gone more modern. Love a classic retro look.
2-2 the count. You see Calder choked up with 2 strikes to protect here. Spikes that, it gets away from Rob Gurney, so another wild pitch. Advances Blake Dale to third base. Second wild pitch of the evening, charge to Logan Kinter.
Yeah, just trying to rear back and blow that fastball by him, and a bit too much grip on the ball, and spikes it. Now, so you really have to bear down for this full count pitch.
Pitch number 8 of the at-bat. Popped up, foul, and out of play. So we'll move along to pitch number 9.
Well, I think great piece of work so far for Calder. He struck out in the first and now has run 9 pitches against Kinter, who is quickly, 54 pitches so far.
Very valuable at-bat here for the Mavericks. And ball 4 gets away from Rob Gurney. Dale scores.
Well, and that one, a low pitch, but said Gurney did get a piece of it with his glove. Just ended up squeaking through the wickets. And
I'm going to wait to look at the official score on that because it was in the dirt. We'll see if it's a wild pitch or a pass ball.
Personally, to me, that's a pass ball, just because of the fact that Gurney did get a piece of it with his glove.
If it touches the dirt, it's a wild pitch.
I guess, yeah. I think it touched the dirt and
wild
his glove
pitches.
at the same time.
The official scorer has ruled wild pitch.
So that's the third now for Kinter so far in this game. Second in this inning, back-to-back, and that one brings in a run.
2-0 Mavs lead.
And tailing out.
Roth fouls out of play to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. I can't think that Kinter's going to be in this ball game much longer at 60 pitches.
No, said it's been a lot rough last 2 innings.
But nobody's warming. Line drive to center, base hit.
Well, and I think for the Beavers, it's trying to get him out of this inning and maybe evaluate. We're going to have a mound visit here.
Well,
and for, Kinter, a really good first inning and then rough last 2-3. You know, his innings pitched so far on the year, 8 1/3, if I'm not mistaken?
9 complete.
9 complete for him. So he's had 10 strikeouts, 3 walks, and has surrendered his first 2 earned runs of the season.
I do firmly believe that the best role for Logan Kinter is the high leverage
Closer.
late innings guy.
Well, you see how he started, you know, just striking out the side. If you can get that out of your closer in the 8th or 9th inning, well, that's going to win you some games.
So only 1 out here. Pair of runners aboard for the Mavs. Swing and a miss from Evan Morrison, who walked and scored in his first at-bat. So does not have an official at-bat in the game, but boosted the OBP. Another wild pitch. Fourth wild pitch in 2 innings.
It seems like that fastball just over gripping it a little bit. When you get into jams, you kind of squeeze the hand a little too tight.
He went. Tried to check it and couldn't.
So good adjustment there. You know your fastball is squeezing it a bit. Go to a breaking ball. See if you can get him to swing.
Yep. And that breaking ball is slammed into the right center field gap. That's going to be 2 runs. Morrison trying for second, and he's there with a double.
Well, that's a good adjustment by Morrison, understanding that Kinter's having some problems with his fastball. That breaking ball ran inside that he sorted at, but that breaking ball left out over the plate, and Morrison able to drive it out, and a 2 RBI double.
So Frankie Giacalone will be the hitter. He was hit by pitch in his last at-bat. Swing and a miss, strike 1. So for Logan Kinter, he's walked 3, hit 1. Hasn't struck anybody out since inning number 1. And only 1 out here, 3 runs across, so a big inning for the Mavs. Swing and a miss there. 0-2.
One for Kinter. Besides the ground out that Roth had, his outs have been loud too. Fly outs to outfield, you know, out to left and center field. So he's trying to limit the damage. Yes, he did.
They check it, and yes, he did. So you don't ask, you don't get. Good call there by Rob Gurney to ask Mike Richards down at first base. And he got the go-ahead for the 4th strikeout for Logan Kinter.
Well,
so, veteran move there.
That is a veteran move because Pritchard's, you said, the umpire?
Mike Richards.
Richards. He was over at second because of the runner at second. So that's a pretty hard place to try and call a swinging strike from, you know, looking dead on against the batter. You know, it's much easier down the first base line. So,
and the way home plate umpire Adam Sims is set up, it's hard for me to see the barrel when it's out there.
Yeah.
It's big swing and a miss there by Johnny Volcano. Volcano an RBI single in his first at-bat.
Swung on and missed. Count now 1-2.
Kinter up to 68 pitches.
Fouled off the pole there.
Retrieved by Nate King in the on-deck circle. Fouled out of play. Kinter, a guy that he's not a guy that comes in and pitches to contact and he runs up the pitch count because he's a strikeout guy.
Yeah, it's 10 strikeouts plus 3. Actually, that ties him with Sevier for most on the team. At the same time, you kind of see the hits and, maybe a little lack of control. So that is generally more typical out of a closer type of role. I think of Aroldis Chapman throughout the years. He'd come in and throw 103, but
effectively
you don't know where it's going to go sometimes.
And that's a benefit to him.
Totally.
Popped up.
Right down the first
Who's
base
calling
line.
it? Kinter calls for it. The base runner kind of almost bumped into him there, Volcano. But Kinter catches the pop-up for the third out. The Mavericks, 3 runs on only 2 hits. There were no Weyburn errors and 1 runner left on base in scoring position. So after 2.5, the Medicine Hat Mavericks 4. The Weyburn Beavers no score. We'll be right back with more Coast Hotels Weyburn Beaver baseball right after this.
Yeah.
And he should be available to save this week. Yeah. Now, you're not going to have him all week.
Yeah. Well, I said left him out to dry, especially after those wild pitches, nobody in the pen. Are you going to just let him hang out there? Because I'm pretty sure he's not going to do well if he comes back in for the 4th.
He's going to be 80 pitches.
Yeah.
This is horrible. Welcome back to Tom Lang Park. I'm John Preddy alongside Dylan Fiesel here tonight. Actually turned out to be kind of a nice night for baseball.
Yeah, actually.
A little overcast, but...
Yeah, a little overcast and maybe not the hottest it's been for the middle of June, but the wind has calmed down slightly. There is reports we could see some stormy activity later on tonight, so we'll see if that is going to come to fruition or not. It's kind of been a 60% chance of storms every day for the last 3 weeks.
Hasn't it?
Yeah.
Ryan Dauphiny in for his second at-bat, takes strike 1.
Well, and that also creates problems for these ball teams. There's been quite a lot of cancellations and, postponements and things like that. That's got to be tough for these players. You get prepared to come into a game and, if it's a one-off rain out, fine. But it's been tough for all teams this season.
Yeah, we have 4 doubleheaders scheduled. 1 we've played already,
But yeah, that goes to show you, it's been kind of one of those years.
Doubleheader on Sunday in Regina. So we'll get 2 of them out of the way. That's up high, didn't go. 2-2. I could see the barrel there because the pitch was high enough.
Yeah. Well, and you saw the hands of Dauphiny go ahead, but that barrel stayed behind, and that's how you want to check that swing. You can throw the hands at it, but just can't let that barrel come around.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out again.
Well, and a tough pitch for Dauphiny to try and get a piece of, down and in. If anything, you're probably just going to foul it off your foot.
Excellent fastball there from Derek Archer. Joe Medill will be the hitter. Beavers having difficulty getting some base runners. They had a couple aboard on a couple of walks. Only 1 hit, the single by Austin Boylan back in the first.
Well, that's 5 strikeouts now for Archer so far in this game, as we're only through 3 innings of work.
That's inside.
That hit something.
I think it hit the umpire's shoulder.
So anytime you hear something that's not regular for a baseball pitch.
Joe Medill was not making his way to first base.
He was not trying to sell that.
Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 1 strike. Joe walked his first at-bat and was gunned down trying to steal second base. A breaking ball popped up in the air. Archer dropped it. That's going to be an infield single.
Well, and you saw Archer kind of get mad at himself for that one. The fact that he even had a shot at that was rather impressive.
What a play. I don't want my starting pitcher laying out for a pop-up. That probably spins foul.
Yeah. Well, and the great, that's really good athleticism to even have that. I actually thought he had that for a second.
I'm impressed. He went completely horizontal.
Said it's hard to tell because on the grass, if that's going to spin back, it had a ton of backspin off the bat. But said for Archer to even have a chance to catch that is admirable for sure.
And the official scorer agrees with us. It's a base hit.
Oh, yeah, that's
all day.
That's
all day. Big swing and a miss there from Austin Boylan, who has the other hit, the Beavers 2 hits. Boylan, the other hit. Braden Mayencourt on deck. Pickoff move. Medilla's back. I don't think down 4 that they're going to risk base runners at this point.
Well, especially with Medill already being caught stealing. He fooled me once, shame on me. But Archer keeping him in check.
He's earned a little interest over there.
Well, and I definitely don't mind being aggressive on the base paths, but you understood catcher behind the plate's got a good arm.
Popped up. You got to run that out, Austin. He could drop that. You have to run that out.
Yeah, you don't want to take that for granted because you've seen, we've seen MLB players do that before.
Well, he could drop it on purpose when there's not 2 runners on a board.
Yeah.
He's walking to the dugout. You throw to second for 1, over to first, double play.
Yeah, there's no infield fly at that point in time with only a runner on first. So I've seen that before in the MLB. I think it was Freddie Freeman once with the Dodgers in the playoffs who did that. Notice that the runner was lollygagging out of the box and decided to drop that and get a double play out of it.
That was a dangerous decision to not run that out.
Well, and coaches hate that. That is something that is drilled into every baseball player from the moment they pick up a bat is contact. As soon as you hit that ball, you run because you have no idea what's going to happen.
And the Moose Jaw Miller Express have that right in their culture that you do not do anything without touching first base. We saw Thomas Soto do it. There was a runner on first, a pop-up that was caught, and Soto ran the last third of the way after the ball was caught to touch the bag.
Yeah.
Ball 4. So,
I believe a 4-pitch walk there for Mayencourt.
Yes, sir.
He's been known to do that.
Yep. That's number, 12 on the year?
Yeah, I believe so. 13.
13.
Baker's dozen for Mayo. And a mound
77
visit.
Career bases on balls now.
Well, a mound visit here with just the players, I think, just talking about how to approach this.
Well, Trevor Dale in a game last season in Medicine Hat hit 2 balls over the center field wall. One of them, later in the game, the wind wasn't blowing as strong, but early in the game, when we started the game, I was like, there's no way anything leaves here today. It's blowing in, no way. He hit one out right into the teeth of that wind.
Yeah, he's got some charge, and I think that was the conversation. Well, and what an opportunity here for Dale. 2 outs, runners on first and second.
Okay.
I thought that one was maybe high.
I thought it was up as well. But a called strike.
Well, and Dale's not a short individual. He's
But the Beaver logo is too high. Rob Gurney on deck. And King tries to frame it up, but it was wide and off the plate. Well received there by Nate
Well,
King.
you saw that arm movement, and I mean, you could see it from here, so the umpire sees that. And
it wasn't as smooth, but he got it in the zone and presented it, but high. 2-1 the count.
Well, and for Dale, obviously a big opportunity. A big fly gets you within one, but
just hit a gap.
Just hit something. Get it in play.
Yep. A base hit scores a run. Breaking ball. Swung on and missed.
I think that one might have fooled Dale. That wasn't the most confident-looking swing. I think maybe he was thinking a fastball, and that one kind of slowed up on him.
I think you're right.
Slowed his swing.
Yeah, the off-speed pitch kind of fooled him. And he got a change up there.
Heads up. That ball went off that pole and went straight back at the batter's box.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes the count with 2 outs. Beavers batting in the bottom of the third, down 4-0. And an opportunity here with good speed on second base and Joe Medill. If Trevor Dale can find some green. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So the Beavers do not score. They do get 1 base hit. There were no Medicine Hat errors and 2 runners left on base, 1 in scoring position. So after 3 complete, Medicine Hat 4, Weyburn no score, and we'll be right back with more baseball after this.
Thunderstorm watch has ended.
Oh, that's
Still Ginter. So if you pitch over 80, you can't throw.
Welcome back to Tom Lang Park here in Weyburn, Saskatchewan. John Preddy with Dylan Fiesel tonight. And Logan Kinter back out for the 4th inning for the Beavers.
And Williams giving him some leash to run with here. A tough last couple of innings. And maybe it would do big for his confidence here if he can get a clean 4th.
Well, averaging 24 pitches an inning, I can do the math on that, 72 and 3, 46 for strikes. So if that trend continues, he's going to be at 96 pitches.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to get some balls down and get some ground balls here and have some, shorter at-bats. But the Mavs are trying to work longer at-bats and get them out of there. There's hit in the air behind second base. Weaver calls for it and makes the play, 1 away. That's what we need.
Yeah, first pitch, 1 pitch, 1 out, and for Kinter, that's huge. As you mentioned, the pitch count, but obviously the confidence. After a lot of wild pitches in the last inning, and it seemed like it was taking a long time to get guys out. To get 1 out on the first pitch can kind of settle you down there.
Takeo Cervantes, the hitter. He flew out to center fielder Joe Medill to end the top of the 2nd inning. Fastball outside. Swing and a miss.
Count 2-1.
That's what I thought.
He had 2 fastballs that missed on the outside, and then swing and a miss.
That's a foul tip squeezed by Rob Gurney. 2-2. Top of the order, Carson Chan in the on-deck circle. Swing and a miss. He struck him out 2 away.
Well, that's a great pitching segment there from Kinter. You know, you go down 2-0 with fastballs outside missing, gets it back in the zone, challenges 3 straight swings and misses, and picks up his 5th strikeout of this game.
That's yanked foul. It's like that golf shot that you turn on and yank, and it's the farthest one you hit all day, right into the jungle.
Yeah, well, and a first pitch slider on the inside half and just way ahead of it.
Back to the other side with an outside fastball for strike 2. So interesting to see what Kinter does here. I expect a nice low strike.
I hope not a strike. Something way out. That's a good miss.
I like it a lot.
And an 0-2 count. If you can get something to chase, but you
don't-
definitely don't want to be putting a meatball down.
You don't have to be in the zone necessarily there, but you have to be competitive.
Yeah. Did not go on the swing.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Carson Chan struck out in his first appearance and flew out to Ryan Dauphiny 0 for 2. That's hit on the ground to second. Weaver up with it. A toss to Mayencourt, and that'll do it. A 1-2-3 inning for the Weyburn Beavers. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left, and we'll be back with the bottom of the 4th inning right after this.
What's better, hot dogs, burgers?
Burgers smell really good. Welcome back to Tom Lang Park. John Preddy with Dylan Fiesel bringing you the action. The Medicine Hat Mavericks lead this one 4-0. Beavers batting in the bottom of the 4th inning, and leading things off for the Beavers will be Rob Gurney, the catcher, followed by Jared Cramp and Owen Mayencourt. First pitch is fouled out of play. Gurney called out on strikes in his first at-bat in the 2nd inning, 0 for 1. Off-speed pitch swung through. And for the 2nd consecutive at-bat, Derek Archer ahead on Rob Gurney, 0-2. Fastball way outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rob Gurney from Campbell River, BC, attended Mayville State University this season. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts.
On a tough strikeout there. That's another low inside fastball. Just trying to get a piece of it to foul it off and ends up missing. But looked like it was going to be inside. Probably shouldn't swing at that one.
7 strikeouts so far for Archer. As Cramp fouls that back to the screen. The Beavers on Sunday night against the Miller Express as a team struck out 17 times. And that's looped to third baseman Carter Roth. 2 away.
Quick couple of outs there for Archer as he's starting to cruise here in the heart of this ball game.
Need longer at-bats than that
Yeah.
if you want to get him out of there. 47 pitches.
Yeah.
Well, no, this isn't updated. That's still at 2 innings pitched. I don't know. They're
Ah.
trying to fix some scoring issues, obviously. Hit in the air deep by Owen Mancourt, back near the track, and the catch made out there by Blake Dale, and that will retire the side. 1-2-3 inning for Derek Archer. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And we'll be back with inning number 5 when we return right after this.
15, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 24, and 25. And John Curtis Geico off way back bingo. With your program, sit down for food for verification.
Look like you're wondering what I'm doing.
Me?
Yeah. We have to fill out a stupid report now.
Paperwork, I tell you.
I mean, you know, I'll call the games for free, but you got to pay me to do paperwork.
Who doesn't love paperwork?
Yeah, man, I get lots of it at work in the corporate world. So anyway. Oh, Blake Dale will lead things off here for the Mavericks in the road half of the 5th inning. Dale takes strike 1. 0 for 1, a strikeout, a walk, and a run scored. Fouls that away. 0-2. So it doesn't much matter who you roll out there as a starter. If you're not going to score any runs, they're going to be tough.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, that's another thing.
That's drilled to the gap. That's going to be extra bases for Dale. It's out of here. It's a solo home run, and he falls going around first base. The highlight of the night. Dale put a charge into one, a line drive out of here. That didn't get very high, but
No.
it was stung.
Yeah, that one was fast. And I'm certain the guys in the dugout probably won't, poke fun at him at all for falling rounding around first.
Not one bit.
I said all smiles for the Mavs so far in this ball game as solo shot makes it 5-0. That is Dale's 3rd home run this season. As Eric Calder takes first pitch for a ball.
Looks like they're trying to get the scoring app caught up. We're not quite there yet. But it looks like I don't know what we got going here, because I don't think Archer is at 70 pitches after 3.
Yeah.
Not a chance. He might be at 70 pitches now. And that's hit hard to center field. Joe Medill ranges over, makes a catch. 1 away. And like you had said earlier, loud outs.
Yeah, that one with a good amount of velocity off the bat right to center field. Medill able to make the catch. Got the first out of the inning.
Carter Roth will be the hitter. The NAIA Player of the Year. Foul out of play.
What does NAIA stand for? An acronym?
An acronym. It's,
The National
it's
Association of International Associations.
athletics. Yeah, it's got athletics in it. Shoot. National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and
What a-
it's pretty similar to, it would be like NCAA Division III. It would be, sort of a comparison. Doane University is where Carter Roth attends, and he yanks that down the line. Boylan over, he makes the catch. 2 away.
Well, another hard hit ball out to the outfield, and Boylan showing off that speed, able to track it down and make the play. That would have been a stand-up double. Instead, it's 2 outs.
Austin Boylan in left field from Minnan, Ontario. From North Dakota State University in Fargo, North Dakota. First pitch is down to Evan Morrison, ball 1.
Are they the Bisons still?
Yes, they are.
Oh, nice. Love the colors of the Bisons.
Green and gold.
Yeah. Quite the football program down there as well.
Yeah, and they went full-blown Division I. They're in the Mountain West Conference now.
Be interesting.
No longer in FCS. They are in FBS, which I
out.
still want to refer to things in the old terms. It's Division I and 1AA.
Yeah.
It'll always be that to me, but newer people to football would be the newer vocabulary on that, I'm assuming. But 1-2 the count. Popped up, foul, no play. Yeah, what is it? Like 11 national championships in 15 years for the Bison football program?
Yeah, they kind of dominated.
Crazy. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So after the solo home run, Kinter bears down and retires the side. 1 run, 1 hit, no Weyburn errors, and no runners left on base. 5-0. Medicine Hat leads after 4.5, and we'll be back with the bottom of the 5th after this. I think they're there now, actually. Yeah, Archer's 75 pitches through 4. They're going to want to get him through 5, that's for sure. Just to try and get him the W.
Yeah, they might make them run a little longer. It'll depend on this.
Depends on what instructions they have from the school. There's a lot of factors in some of the water.
No, I'm gonna move up here first. I'll go and get
And we're back at Tom Lang Park in partially sunny Weyburn, Saskatchewan.
Yeah, the sun's actually coming out once again. It's been on and off all day today. I went to cut the grass this afternoon at about 1:30. Started up the lawnmower, it was looking nice. Did 2 rounds and then a half-inch of rain.
Lovely.
Yeah, but 3 hours later, it cleared right back up and I was able to finish. So, They say if you don't like the weather in Saskatchewan, just wait 5 minutes. It'll change.
Yeah, I had trouble getting over my grass. On Sunday, though, it didn't have a chance. First pitch to Ryan Weaver fouled off for strike one. And the second one also fouled off.
Whoa.
Dancing in the dugout.
Thankfully,
the
the fence
bullpen,
there.
rather.
Yeah. Thankfully, there was a fence there. That I can't see who's warming up in the Medicine Hat bullpen right now, but some good athleticism.
Number 25, Gavin Highnote.
Just kind of stretching right now.
So 3 pitches and a strikeout looking on Ryan Weaver. He was also struck out looking in his first appearance. Strikeout number 8 for Derek Archer. He's been really effective and efficient. Not many base runners for the Beavers this evening as Dauphiny steps in.
Ooh.
And off of the helmet. So the Beavers have a base runner.
Wow, and boy, you just get Ryan Dauphiny back, and then he wears one off the helmet like that. Always a scary situation. Good to see him get up quickly and make his way to first. It doesn't matter if you have that helmet or not. It is still going to ring your bell a little bit, but
Yep, for sure.
he's all right.
Up right away. Good to see that. A collective gasp.
Yeah. I said it doesn't matter who you are. Anytime you see a batter wear one off the helmet like that.
It doesn't matter if they're on your squad
No,
or whose squad. It's like, oh my goodness.
That's like anytime you see a goaltender in hockey wear one off the mask and it pops off and you see him collapse. Everybody takes a gasp.
Yeah, it's a 7-Eleven moment. Everyone
Yeah,
has a big gulp.
Yeah.
Joe Medill, who had that infield single on a real nice diving attempt by Derek Archer.
That one goes foul. 1-2.
Austin Boylan on deck. Beavers looking to get something going here, trailing by 5. Want to try to pick away at this and keep things close here. And run some pitches and make sure that they go to high note. Misses outside, 2-2.
Yeah, trying to frame that backdoor slider, but not biting on that one. As the backdoor did not cut in enough. Access denied.
Big cut there, swing and a miss. Down goes Medill, 2 away. 9th strikeout.
Second of the inning as well, and a good response after a scary hit by pitch on Dauphiny to strike out Medill, and now with 2 outs, focus solely on the batter.
And Austin Boylan will be the hitter. That's hit on the ground. A nice stab there by Carter Roth, and a fielder's choice retires Dauphiny 5-4 for the 3rd out of the inning. The Beavers do not score, and they do not get a base hit. There were no errors, and 1 left on base on the fielder's choice. After 5 complete, Medicine Hat 5, the Beavers no score, and we'll be back with inning number 6 right after this. We're back here at Tom Lang Park in Weyburn. New pitcher for the Weyburn Beavers in the top of the sixth inning is Bill Hosegood. Bill, a right-hander, wears number 22. The native of Radisson, Saskatchewan, attends the University of Calgary. And so far on the season, 4 1/3 innings pitched, 2 losses for Bill Hosegood. He's allowed 11 hits, 8 runs, 7 of them earned. Has 6 strikeouts to go along with 3 bases on balls, and that translates into an earned run average of 14.54.
Yeah, limited work for Hosegood so far, but an opportunity to get some innings in and hopefully rectify those numbers and try and limit the damage as Mavericks with a 5-0 lead over the Beavers.
Breaking ball just misses on the inside edge. That looked pretty close.
That was I think it caught everybody off guard. That was a slow breaking ball that kind of on the inside half. Everybody froze a little bit there.
70-something mile-an-hour curveball. Another curveball misses, ball 2.
Well, and it's interesting to see those kind of curveballs in today's day and age where velocity is king. You know, you see the Skeens and the Mizorowskis throwing 103 with 96-mile-an-hour sliders as their breaking ball, but a 74-mile-an-hour curveball can be really effective. And if you want to ask anybody about it, how about Clayton Kershaw, who threw a 12-6 curve his whole career and, you know, won a couple World Series, Hall of Fame career?
Yeah, he wasn't very good.
Yeah.
3 balls and a strike.
There's a old video back in 2006. Originally, Greg Maddux was up to pitch, and for the Dodgers, it was another legend. Actually, I want to say it was Randy Johnson that was set to pitch, but they both had to bow out. And so instead, it was the Washington Nationals and the Dodgers, and they threw Clayton Kershaw and Max Scherzer, who at that point in time both had only 10 innings pitched, as that one's going to drift foul. And everybody takes cover.
That hit the wheel of Sam's baby carriage. She's laughing about it. Okay.
Well,
I guess that's all you can really do.
It's that or cry.
Okay, we're moving.
Yeah.
Of course, our resident photographer, Samantha, had a baby here a couple of weeks ago, and Levi is at the ballpark tonight. Popped up, Mayencourt gets out of the way for Weaver, 1 away.
A long way to get there, and that first AB was that a 7-pitch AB with a few foul balls, but a breaking ball ends up getting underneath it and skies it out to Weaver at second.
So Mayencourt kind of stumbled a little bit there,
Yeah.
slipped, and athletic therapist Jana Elgard comes out to check on him, and he's walking it off. Rub a little dirt on it. You're fine.
Yeah, the right leg, maybe a hamstring type of thing, especially as a first baseman. You don't always get a lot of action, and you can kind of stiffen up, especially on a night like tonight where it's starting to cool down a little bit. And then when you're tasked to move, you end up kind of tweaking things a little bit, so he's stretching it out.
First pitch fastball from Bill Hosegood is taken by Johnny Volcano high for ball 1. Volcano an RBI single in the second, and a pop-up to first baseman Braden Mayencourt, 1 for 2. 2-0 the count to the Cloverdale, BC native. Curveball misses high, 3-0. So back-to-back hitters, Bill Hosegood goes 3-0. To Giacalone, he battles his way back and gets the pop out. We'll see what happens here. Fastball runs in, and a 4-pitch walk to Johnny Volcano.
One for Hosegood, said that limited work, just 4 1/3 heading into this one. He only faced 25 batters against, so I'll try and find the strike zone a little bit.
Curveball. Yeah, when it got to the ground, but it looked like it was close when it went through the zone.
Yeah, it's a real long arching curveball, which can kind of fool everyone.
There it is.
One for Hosegood, or really any pitcher. That's a tough breaking ball to try and throw for a strike. You know, a lot of pitchers will have that as a strikeout pitch, but usually ends up in the dirt.
Bill, not a guy that's going to overpower you. And a fly ball to center field, Medill under it. Another curveball there. 2 away.
Good piece of that ball, but just under it, you saw it kind of hang up in the sky. Well, and that's the problem with, long arching curveballs, is if they hang, they can get drilled. But thankfully just under that one, and second out of the inning.
I'll bring the 9-hitter Takeo Cervantes to the plate. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Fastball there. And a fastball fouled off. I mean, you can be really effective with 2 pitches if you throw them really well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's most closers' identity. I talked about Chapman before. He had a 103 fastball and a 93-mile-an-hour breaking ball. That's it. And,
That's it.
Especially for relievers or ones that aren't working, as that one runs inside and ends up catching him. So
that's tough on 0-2.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely feel bad on that one. Said a really good at-bat there, and then just trying to get a fastball in and runs on the inside and puts him on base.
And now you get to the top of the order. Carson Chan. 0 for 3 on the night. Curveball in the dirt.
Yeah, good snare there from Gurney. Quickly fields it, pops back up.
Runner on second is Johnny Volcano. Takeo Cervantes on first base. That's popped up. Ryan Weaver under it, and he'll make the play, and that will retire the side. Hosegood able to get a couple of pop-outs, and no runs, no hits, 2 left, no errors, 1 in scoring position. So after 5.5, the Mavericks 5, the Beavers no score. We'll be back with more Coast Hotels Weyburn Beaver Baseball live on FloCollege after this. Braden Mancourt to lead things off here for the Beavers in the home half of the 6th inning. Also due up Trevor Dale and Rob Gurney. Fastball runs in. Ball 1.
Mayo 0 for 1 with a walk so far in this game.
He yanks that foul. It sounded really
Yeah,
good.
that thing flew off the bat, but into the racetrack around Tom Lang Park.
Two balls and a strike, the count to Braden May in court. Foul out of play. Mayo from Langley, BC, from Central Baptist College in Conway, Arkansas. And a nice piece of hitting there as he goes with the pitch and goes through the 5-6 hole for a base hit.
Well, you said it. That was a thing of beauty. You know, it doesn't maybe look as nice as a 450 home run, but you throw the hands at it, the barrel follows, and you get a nice slap single the opposite way, and it puts a runner on board.
Yes, Keaton, I'm a kid. That's effort.
Breaking ball, low for ball one to Trevor Dale. Trevor struck out his first two appearances, 0 for 2. 90 pitches now for Archer. Swing and a miss. 1-1. So I think this will be it for Archer. Get him through 6. Be up around 100 pitches plus. Curveball hangs way too high. 2 balls, 1 strike.
And that's usually what you're going to see from pitchers as the pitch count runs up. Fastballs that tail out of the zone and breaking balls that hang.
That fastball's down in the zone, swung through by Trevor Dale, 2-2.
Well, that's one thing that Archer has done very well in this game. His fastball, it's definitely not the fastest, but it's controlled. It's put in great places.
Swing and a miss. 3rd strikeout for Trevor Dale.
And he goes right back to the fastball. That one up and out. It looks nice, but you're probably just going to fly out if you do get a piece of that pitch. And Dale just trying to protect at the plate. And 3rd strikeout for him on the day.
And Rob Gurney comes to the plate. 10 strikeouts on the night for Derek Archer. And Gurney hits that into the hole. That's going to be an infield single.
What a good job there. The shortstop to knock that down. It came off the bat into a good spot, you know, for the Beavers. If that gets by him, it could be a very dribbly type of double. I mean, I've seen that before. It probably didn't have enough steam to make it a double, but
I think Mancourt goes to 3rd, though.
that definitely is probably the case.
Jared Cramp, the hitter. Fouls that straight back. 0-1.
Cramp, a walk, and a pop out. So 0 for 1 for him so far.
Opportunity here for the Beavers to get on the board. And that's hit on the ground to first. Giacalone over to second for 1, and that's all. So Cramp reaches on a fielder's choice. Fans think he's off the bag. I don't think you're going to get that call.
Yeah, well, it's hard to tell from where we are if that's the case, but I mean, the umpire is right there. If he is off the bag, you'd think he would probably make that. I think, you know, they talk about making the transfer and hopping off the bag to try and turn 2. That wasn't a turn 2 situation. That ball not hit hard enough, and, you know, especially to the first baseman, which was a very nice scoop, by the way.
Oh, my.
Low pitch called for a strike, and you hear the audible groans from the audience. And
it's been a pretty good job behind the plate by Adam Sims tonight overall, but that one he missed.
well, and in a 5-0 game, those are amplified. That one right on the outside corner for strike 2. A night that's been tough on the Beavers, hitting especially with the amount of strikeouts. If this is a 5-0 Beaver lead, everybody kind of washes that to the side, but that's sports.
That's how she goes. They're umpiring at this level for a reason.
Yeah. Scoreboard's currently wrong. It is 1-2.
That's what I've got. It's now 2-2, so it should be an easier correction.
Well, the scoreboard was trying to...
There we go. We're right now. Two
well,
balls,
the scoreboard,
2 strikes, 2
I
outs.
think, was trying to call that first pitch a ball.
Well, I do that on my card. I see the call and I still write it down, right? Oh, no way.
Sat down, strike 3. As the Mavs get out of a situation. And the second strikeout of the inning. So after a single to main court, it's 1-2-3. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base with 1 in scoring position. After 5.5, it's 5-0 in favor of the Medicine Hat Mavericks. We'll take a short break and get to the bottom half after this.
20, 21,
6 and a
So if that curveball by Bill
you have a gray sky
is
co-op,
not a strike, that is not a strike.
Yeah.
Let's have some consistency.
Aren't we top of 7?
Yes. You are right. They are not right. That's cool. That scoreboard took a pretty mean dent on the 4th 0 on the home side. You can't tell.
Yeah.
Second.
Sure.
Yeah.
So we're in the 7th inning?
Top of 7.
Top of 7? Right.
Blake Dale to lead things off for the Mavericks here in the top of the 7th inning. Line drive right at Trevor Dale, 1 away.
1 pitch, 1 out. Efficient there from what was good.
And Dale had homered off Logan Kinter in his last at-bat, so solid contact once again.
Well, and as a hitter, it's easy to get discouraged, but at the same time, that is a good hit. That had good sound, good velocity. It just went straight to the shortstop.
I mean, you barrel one up and you hit it right at somebody, and then the next time you get that opposite field, yeah, baby, single,
Yeah.
and you have to celebrate that.
Yeah,
they even out a bit.
Yeah. How many bloop singles do you, as soon as you get on first base, you kind of chuckle to yourself a little bit. You go, oh, how did that one get down?
Yeah.
And then you hit a screamer right to the shortstop, and you go, oh, how did that one get caught? That is baseball.
That's hit in the air to shallow left. On comes Boylan, and Boylan makes the catch, but him and Dale collide, and Austin Boylan in a lot of difficulty.
Yeah, Boylan down.
Did he drop the baseball?
I did not see it. It looks
Made
like
the
he
catch?
made the catch. When, was it Dale that collided with him?
Dale's got incredible range. He is a
That-
freakish athlete.
And I get what Dale's trying to do. That's not your play. Boylan's got a ton of speed out in left field. You're, as a shortstop, ranging way out there to try and make a play, especially if you're looking over your shoulder. You got to take a peek with your right eye and see, okay, is my left fielder coming in to make a play on this? And if so, that's his ball. Anytime a runner is running in at the ball, that's theirs. So, obviously, scary situation here for Boylan, who's been great so far. I mean, he's made one great play so far defensively out in the field. Hitting for him, he's been pretty good so far in this game.
So I think Boylan might have got his bell rung a little. No,
Yeah.
they're going to help him off. We got a leg issue.
Well, I said it looked like it was almost like a clip in a sense, like they both hit, on
Not
the side
putting
of each
any
other.
weight on it.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. Yeah, straight carry to the dugout.
Yeah, and for a guy said who's been great so far this season.
And a good guy. I hate to see that happen to good guys especially.
Yeah. Well, and somebody, who was, I believe, first year here with the Beavers?
First, yeah, he's
You know,
a freshman.
And a freshman who's making an impact. He's batted .311 so far, 39 on base percentage. He's got 17 RBIs, which leads the team. Not only that, he's also got 8 walks. He's got that speed. He doesn't really strike out a whole. Well, his strikeout numbers are up, but he's also got 2 home runs on the year, a triple and 3 doubles. That he's kind of been a do-it-all man for Cam Williams and the Beavers so far. So
Found a home in the 3 spot and taken advantage of his opportunities. And a really, really good catch with solid contact.
yeah, just a tough play. Well, and incredible to hang on
Wow.
through that.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
That kind of shows you the type of athlete he is. Where is that missing?
I don't know.
Well, and I think as a catcher, you got to ask that too. I get it's 5-0 and we're in the 7th, but as a catcher, you got to ask that to give your pitcher a chance as that one does cross the plate.
I don't know.
And as a
I don't
pitcher
know.
too, you want to know that
He
if
gave that to Archer.
yeah.
So for strike 3 with 2 men on.
Yeah. Well, as a pitcher too, you just want to make sure. Okay, if it is, if it was missing inside or if it's low, that one popped up right behind home plate, a chance, and Gurney able to make the catch
That's a
on that
big
one,
out.
and
That's a big out.
yeah, huge out there. So 1-2-3 inning for Hosegood here in the top of the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base, and through the top of the 7th, it's 5-0 in favor of the Medicine Hat Mavericks. We'll take a short break and get you back to the bottom of the 7th after this.
2-5.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, I'll get it. Yeah. Go to live. Sorry?
I think so.
Okay. I think so too. That's a guy that was warming, so. I didn't see. I'll have to.
Well, 8 went over here.
Oh, he would have went in. So he went to 9 in inning number 7.
As we
and
get
then-
set for the bottom of the 7th here at Tom Lang Park, the Medicine Hat Mavericks leading the Weyburn Beavers 5-0. We do have a pitching change, so end of the night there for Arthur, and a great line for him. We'll get that in a moment. In the meantime, we'll take a look at your out-of-town scoreboard action throughout the WCBL. 4 other games on the docket tonight, including a southwestern matchup between the Moose Jaw Miller Express and the Swift Current 57s, and Barnburner at Rosswells Park, currently tied 3-3 in the bottom of the 7th there. The Regina Red Sox welcoming in the Saskatoon Berries to Curry Field, and the Red Sox with a comfortable 6-0 lead in the bottom of the 8th. Looking out west, the Sylvan Lake Gulls welcoming the Fort McMurray Giants to Gulls Stadium, and the Gulls currently lead 5-0 in the bottom of the 6th. And finally, the Okotoks Dogs on the road to Spitz Stadium in Lethbridge to take on the Bulls, and another great game there as it's currently tied 2-2 in the top of the 6th. And a Bit of a long start to this inning here, trying to get the substitutions.
Did we have some other substitutions?
Maybe some defensive ones.
Well, I think
Weyburn
that's-
Beavers, of course, back here tomorrow night to wrap up the 2-game homestand against the Medicine Hat Mavericks before, I believe, a brief road trip.
They are in Saskatoon on Thursday, an off day on Friday. Host the Regina Red Sox here on Saturday, and back to Curry Field on Sunday for a pair against the Red Sox.
Doubleheader on Father's Day Sunday. Should be a great day out at the park. So, yeah, very brief road trip. Just the day tripper.
He wasn't on the roster.
Okay, that
He wasn't on the roster.
Yeah. So that was number 22, I believe,
25,
or
it was
25. So that
Davin
would have been
Highnote.
Davin Highnote. Now, he was warming up in the bullpen, but
That's the second time that Cam Williams has caught that. He caught it against Swift Current. They had brought in a left-hander, and Cam went out and won his discussion, and the lefty had to leave, and the guy who came in, the righty, he got as many as he needed to get warm. But
Yeah.
he gave up 7 runs in the top of the ninth inning before the Beavers, before they recorded an out.
Well, and this really benefits the Beavers because, as you mentioned, now you got to try and get warm quickly, but it also kind of throws off the momentum for the Mavericks, who've been cruising throughout this game. You know, here in the bottom of the 7th already with a 5-0 lead. They just wanted to keep the ball rolling and get out of here with a win. So now you got to bring in a new pitcher and warm them up, and you know, the Beavers try and take advantage of that. I had that once in my ball playing experience. It was in provincials, minor ball. Our star ace was left off the roster.
Oh, no.
Don't know how,
Oh, no.
because he was our best pitcher and one of our best hitters. Thankfully, we did win the game, but you know, when that happens,
So
you take your cleats off. And
So a couple of new managers have made rookie errors against the Beavers when it comes to the lineup card.
well, and Cam obviously able to have an eye on that and catch it, but yeah, that's
Well, I'll tell you what, the addition of Avery Kirkup to handle the duties at third base have really freed Cam up to manage the baseball game.
yeah.
And Avery's done a really good job at third base as well. Jackson Henderson, the pitching coach, handling the first base duties. So, we got to see what happened with the other substitutions, because Takeo Cervantes moved from second base to the mound. So we obviously have a new second baseman. We still
That's
got
true.
Roth, we still got Volcano, we still got Giacalone. I can't catch the number. Turn, man, turn. Okay, looks like Blake Dale moved in. I think Blake Dale moved to second base, so we've got a new outfielder, I believe.
Let's see if there's a announcement made in regards to the pitching and defensive changes, but as you mentioned, a blunder and new thrower on the hill.
Sorry?
Number 5.
That's Blake Dale.
That is Blake Dale. So
Blake Dale
he
moves to second, so somebody went to right field. And that's going to be really tough for us to get a number.
Yeah.
I'm going to go next door and see if they know.
Sounds good.
Okay, you warmed up enough. Let's go.
Yeah, this is a long warm-up, and that really benefits Taveo, as, you know, he had to come in cold, or Takeo, excuse me, Cervantes, as he had to come in cold. I mean, not totally cold, as he was on second and throwing around a little bit, but, you know, to warm up as a pitcher in that quick duty is not easy, so...
So the DH Calder moved to right field.
Okay. So
So
no DH.
No DH.
That makes sense. So actually a pretty easy substitution there.
Just that it's
Yeah.
next to impossible to determine the 3 outfielders sitting there in center
Yeah,
field.
well, no doubt.
And that's the only thing from a fan perspective that kind of is difficult is, he gets as many pitches as he needs in this situation to warm up.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Yeah, I was just talking about that before you came back. Cervantes had a long time to warm up on the mound, and that's to his benefit. I mean, he was warm at second base a little bit, moving around, but your arm's not pitcher warm yet. So he had basically a full bullpen session before he was able to come into this game. Cervantes, not a lot of work for him. 3 2/3 so far. 1 loss. He's given up 6 hits, 9 runs, 8 of them earned. Struck out 3 and walked 2 so far for a ERA of 19.64.
Well, let's see if history can repeat itself. First pitch to Weaver is up and in for ball 1. Ryan Weaver struck out looking twice against Derek Archer.
Well, and for the Beavers, it feels like now is the time to strike. After that blunder, you get Cervantes in, who hasn't had a lot of work. You're down 5, but it's not insurmountable, but time's running out.
Well, you need a bunch of base runners. Beavers, like I said before, the last time this happened, which you never see it in a year, and now we've seen it twice.
Yeah.
7 runs before an out was recorded.
Ooh.
Oh!
That one stings right into the lower back of Weaver.
That can't feel good.
No, that actually hurts worse than the one hitting the helmet on Dauphiny earlier. I mean, the one to Dauphiny, it kind of rings your bell a little bit. You have to get your bearings back. That one stings. There is no padding on the lower back, basically at the belt line.
Man alive.
And you could hear the smack, too. It's just...
So the leadoff man aboard for the Beavers.
Hey, he gets a guy on base.
That's the first time tonight.
For...
Oh, no, Mancourt had a single.
I was going to
So,
say...
yeah,
that's
you're
not-
right.
yeah.
Second time tonight.
We've had some walks, too, but...
But to lead off the inning.
To lead off the
yeah.
inning, true.
Swing and a miss there, 1-1. So a hit by pitch, the last at bat for Ryan Dauphiny. One and one. Foul tip squeezed. 2 strikes. Doff from White Rock, BC. Spent his senior season at Central Baptist College in Conway, Arkansas. Fouled straight back. 1-2.
That means he would have had a teammate there. He had mentioned that earlier. From
Yeah,
Arkansas.
Mayo.
Mayo. So
I think-
veterans who've had a lot of time together.
I think Doff got Mayo down to Central Baptist. Outside.
And the catcher taking his time throwing that one back, but that's not a ball, or that's not a
That-
strike, excuse me. That
No,
trailed outside.
No, sir.
Well, and you don't want to do that as a catcher. You don't want to kind of show up the umpire up 5-0 late in this ball game. You might not get some of those close calls to round out the rest of this game. For the Mavericks, the key is put your head down, say your please and thank yous, and get out of this with a win. And
Ain't that the
hopefully,
truth.
if nothing else, you'll at least split the road series.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
On a good
That
block
was
there, keeping it in
6.
front of you. If you want that ball to bounce anywhere, you want it to bounce forward. That will prevent any movement. Although I don't know if Weaver is moving too fast after the
Oh,
hit by
yeah.
pitch.
Oh, yeah. He didn't get hit in the leg.
Well, true, but
Up. Ball 4. Ryan Dauphiny aboard for the second time today.
on that one, Said on the upper inner corner, and another frame job trying to sell that one, and no dice there. Whoever's behind home plate shaking his head the whole time.
Medill loops it over top of second, and that's down. A single for Joe Medill. Weaver had to wait to make sure it dropped wisely.
Better safe than sorry, as now we're going to have a mound visit to chat with Cervantes. Bases loaded with none out here in the bottom of the 7th. This felt like an opportunity for the Beavers to try and get in this game. If it wasn't now, it felt like maybe the game was kind of signed, sealed, delivered. So now some action in the Mavericks bullpen and quickly trying to warm up there. Yeah, not even a breath in between those pitches. Barely get it out of his glove before firing it right back down.
Oh yeah, we're getting hot.
Wow, yeah. You might be coming in this inning.
Hugh Montgomery to the plate in relief of Austin Boylan. That's hit in the air to center. That's going to score the first Beaver run of the night. Weaver doesn't go. Okay.
I don't mind that.
I'm okay with it.
It looked like that one was as deep as it thought off the bat. When you saw it trail out, it looked like it was going to go in, but you saw the center fielder take a few steps in, and Weaver,
blazing speed.
Wow, yeah.
But situational awareness by Avery Kirkup, you're down 5.
Yeah, that's the thing. Weaver is not going to be the winning run on that play, but he could be the second out.
And a good hitter at the plate in Braden Mancourt.
40-something? Can't tell. 40-something.
Okay.
First pitch fouled off.
0-1 the count. Our spotter, Lisa, trying to get, we think it's 44. Let's look at the pitching list and see what we got.
J.J. Harnett.
J.J. Harnett.
That one a close call in there for a strike. Counts 0-2.
Center fielder shifted to the left side of center. That's, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, and you see the frustration there as Mancourt makes his way to the bench. That's not a strike. That one trailed way inside. There was no, as an umpire, a strike has to be a hittable pitch, or a pitch that a hitter can at least make an attempt to try and put that ball into play. That was not a ball that would have been even close to being a hittable pitch, and
that's really disappointing.
Yeah, well, after what's been a really great game, as you mentioned, the umpiring was really good throughout this game. It's been kind of a pitcher duel, especially with Derek Archer and what he was able to do through the bulk of this game. But yeah, the frustration boils a little bit late here for the Beavers. And that I don't get, because that's a better pitch. If you're going to call a strike, that's the one you call. A fastball on the outside corner right on the whites. Instead, you call a breaking ball that almost clips your right knee.
Yeah.
Outside. And that's the biggest thing that frustrates batters is inconsistencies. You can take a few here and there. There's leniencies. There's the human side of umpiring, but it's when you have, those really eye-opening ones that's not those hurt.
Close.
Yeah. See, that was the same pitch.
Not close.
That was the same pitch there, but that's because it's to a right-handed batter. That one's called ball outside without even a second thought. But on the other hand, to Mancourt, he's a lefty, and it's a strike.
Swing and a miss, full count. Runners will be on the move.
Yeah.
So if Dale can hit a gap here.
Well, and if you can hit it, if it's a hittable pitch, Walk will score and keep this going.
Good hitter in the on-deck circle, and Rob Gurney. Fouled straight back. Saw the jump Joe Medill had.
Yeah, he was flying in a hurry. Well, it's an opportunity, even if you get, a good double in this case. It could be a bases clearing double. It turns into a 5-3 game with still a couple at-bats to go.
Yep. Oh, yeah, you're right back in this thing. And the inning's not over. Good piece of hitting there by Trevor Dale.
And that's veteran-style hitting. Anything close, you just want to throw your hands at it. See if you can slap it the opposite way through the first and second baseman, bloop it over somebody's head. You're not trying to hit a home run in this case, but you don't want to get caught.
Off-speed pitch. Dale does a good job to fight that off. Tried to sneak one by him. So the pitch before that was just absolutely Trevor Dale fouling it off just to stay alive and hope that Cervantes makes a mistake. Popped up. Giacalone has it. And that'll retire the side. So they get out of the jam. The Beavers do not score. They did only get one base hit. There were no errors, and they left three big base runners on base, two of them in scoring position. So after 7 complete, the Mavericks 5, the Beavers no score. And we'll be right back with the 8th inning after this.
Yeah, that's it. Wow. You know what I don't like? If I'm coming out of that thing firing. I'm coming out firing. Well, don't do it now. Do it then. You get tossed out of this game in the 7th. Who cares? But you gotta tell him after that strikeout. Like now,
I think he went back and looked at it on the iPad because I set my iPad up on the screen.
That's what I've always liked about John Schneider, is that he always does get out there and fight for your boys.
Yeah. As long as you don't go swear,
No, but that has to warrant a conversation. That's an immediate stop. Okay, we're talking.
Yeah.
And I'd get kicked out for that.
Welcome back to Tom Lang Park. Bill Hosegood still on the mound for the Beavers here in the top of the 8th inning. A 1-2-3 inning for Bill. He's been pretty effective. A little control problems. Hasn't allowed a base hit. Walked one and hit one in the 6th, and 1-2-3 in the 7th.
Well, I said for Hosegood, only 4 1/3 innings of work heading into this game. Only faced 25 batters, so it was a small sample size, and, for him just trying to find his footing, get comfortable on that mound, especially with that breaking ball with a lot of movement on it. Can be tough to find the locations of it, but a good inning last one. We'll see if he can replicate it here in the 8th.
Curveball. I think he's been jobbed on some that were closer than that, to be honest.
Well, and as an umpire, that is the toughest call to try and make a breaking ball that, has that much movement on it.
There's a real good fastball on the outside edge. Bill, in the low 80s, spots it pretty well, usually fills up the zone. I like the idea there, off the plate.
Yep.
But
kind of the same fastball, but that one maybe a little bit high, not as enticing as the one before, but you're fine to miss outside on that one.
That's drilled right at Nick Miller, who's come in to play first base. So Miller replaces Braden Mancourt in the 8th inning.
Yeah, nice play to, get yourself warmed up in the game. And that one is actually harder than it looks because off the bat, that thing is curving. It's like a slider or almost like a hard two-seamer. It's got side-to-side movement and able to snare that one.
Yeah, Morrison got a hold of that.
And said it's hard and it's moving. Those are ones that can easily handcuff you as an infielder.
Giacalone, the hitter. Fouls that out of play to even the count at 1-1. 0 for 2 and a hit by pitch for Frankie Giacalone. The Italian stallion, perhaps?
Maybe.
Maybe.
That definitely sounds Italian.
That's up. 2-2.
I mean, not only the last name, but Frankie. That's
Francisco.
yeah, said that's either South American or Italian.
2 balls, 2 strikes, the count. Oh, 2-1?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. And that's hit on the ground foul. Now my scorecard's correct.
Yep, 2-2. You predict
Don't
the future.
I'm psychotic or something.
Psychotic. Yeah, something like that, I guess.
2-2, 1 out. That's hit in the air. Trevor Dale finds it. On comes Hugh Montgomery, and it drops for a base hit. So a little reluctant after the collision.
Well, and that one falls on Montgomery. I know he's got more wheels than that. A hard hit ball that high out to center, as a center fielder, you want every single catch. You should be hungry for that. You can't assume that Dale's going to go out there and make that play. As a center fielder, you got to hustle in to try and make that catch. And Dale, probably a little reluctant to make that catch, and it ends up dropping, a couple steps in front of Montgomery.
Yeah, not the jump you'd expect from Hugh. Nice frame job there by Rob Gurney, but did not get the call.
But that has been a call that he hasn't gave all game. That outside fastball, he has not called that for a strike. So
the inside breaking ball in that same spot or further in the box, again, that gets rung up.
But as an umpire, that's an easier pitch to see on the outside half. You can kind of look over it as that one's skied foul.
That'll go out of play.
And that's just the nature of umpiring and the human aspect, the ABS challenging and the MLB. But I
don't know how you can be really good for 6 and then have the wheels fall off. I don't get it.
Well, mental lapses.
Fair.
I guess it's
Past
just like
his
anybody.
bedtime like me.
Well, it's like anybody, That's a pretty good pitch as well on that outside corner. But kind of like anything, it's, when you're fresh, you're really into it, you're energized, you're focused, and then as the game goes on, you kind of get reluctant, as that one's grounded to third. Only played a 1, and a nice snag there from Miller to record the second out of the inning.
Jared Cramp with a high throw, but corralled by Miller. The only play he had.
Yeah, I said hit way too slow to try and turn 2.
So Giacalone advances to second base on the ground out. 2 away. Now, this is where Nate King, the hitter, this is where I get a little bit concerned as the second time through for Bill. The contrast between Bill Hosgood and Logan Kinter is pretty dramatic.
Yeah. Well, and King, 0 for 3 in this game, but he's had some hard hit balls out to the outfield. I don't mind an intentional walk.
I even like that even better.
And that one, able to catch that for the third out of the inning. But as I said, it's been one of those nights for him, but no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base in scoring position through 8 complete innings here at Tom Lang Park. It's the Medicine Hat Mavericks 5 and the Weyburn Beavers 0. Take a short break and get you to the Bottom of the ninth after this. Bottom of the eighth.
Bottom of the eighth.
Bottom of the
Yeah.
eighth after this.
Who's this now? 40.
That's the JJ Arnott.
Okay. Oh, that's right. They brought in High Note and he had to leave. That's right. This is
Now pitching for Nutella. For JJ Arnott. This pitching change brought to you by Swayze Phone 3.
some tape.
No saves. 15-2.
New pitcher for the Medicine Hat Mavericks is J.J. Harnett.
Arnott, 7 1/3. 1 win, 1 loss. He's got just 3 runs against, all 3 of them earned on 3 hits. He's struck out 7 and walked 3 so far with a very respectable ERA of 3.68. So, kind of a middle reliever type pitcher. Does have a win and a loss, though, so obviously he has started.
Or
Couple
been in a
games.
tie game.
Yeah.
and Gave one up or something along
Well,
those lines.
and the Mavericks have quite the long list of pitchers that they've used so far this year.
Yep. Yep.
18 pitchers have pitched. 16 pitchers have pitched for the Medicine Hat Mavericks this year. A lot of them with, 4 innings, 2 innings, 3 innings, that kind of work. So we'll see how Harnett does here.
Rob Gurney to lead things off for the Weyburn Beavers in the home half of the 8th inning. Ground ball foul. Nice play, Avery Kirkup.
Yep. Couple claps. Well, I'm third base coach before, it's generally pretty boring a lot of the time. You're kind of just standing there and, a lot of time talking to the umpire. Going way outside. So whenever you have the opportunity to show off your athletic prowess, you take advantage of it.
That's for sure. Rob Gurney 1 for 3 on the evening. Jared Cramp on deck. That's hitting the air to center. Under it is Morrison, and he'll make the play.
Yeah, able to get a good piece of that, but you kind of heard it off the bat. It wasn't barreled up, and Morrison able to take a few steps in, make the easy catch for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, just missed it.
Good timing, just wrong part of the bat.
And that'll bring Jared Cramp to the plate. High ball 1. Cramp 0 for 2 with a walk. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 6th. High ball 2. Owen Mancourt on deck. Braden Mancourt out of the game here. Replaced by Nick Miller. Have to make sure he didn't get... I didn't see him get tossed.
No, I don't think so. I didn't see any arm movements. I think probably just letting him cool off as it's a 4-pitch walk for Cramp. That and also just get some other guys some looks. I don't want to say never, but for the Beavers, not being able to take advantage of that bases loaded situation is kind of the, final nail in the coffin for tonight's game. Obviously, there's still an opportunity with 2 more at bats, but it kind of felt like that one was one you had to have.
Well, that's the noble Tiger.
Yeah.
Nobody out, bases loaded. team basically unable
Yeah.
to get
Well,
easy run.
And you heard the cheer from the Mavericks dugout after that pop out. They knew how important it was to get out of that inning, as that one is a nice frame job for a strike. And you see main court kind of looking.
That was not close.
No, that was a catcher frame. That was.
And
that
he
was
yanked it a long
Yeah,
way.
that was at a
2 strikes.
disengagement.
You have got to be kidding me.
Fastball on the outside corner called strike 3. And
You're too kind.
yeah,
That
well,
was not on the corner.
the biggest problem with that one was that it was a pitch that he hasn't called all game until here in the 8th inning. You know, that outside fastball, I mentioned it, in last inning? That was something he hasn't touched, especially to right-handed batters. He's left that as balls, but, you know, that was 2 to main court that changed the at-bat. I understand you want to open up the strike zone a little bit, but at the same time, you feel slighted for the Beavers who are, you know, trying to get
It's not
something going.
It's not 12-0.
No, that's the thing. And I hate that anyway. I hate any
Yeah, I'm with you,
umpire who, you know, if you're stretching out the zone based on the game, I think you're doing a disservice to the game because you as an
Stats
umpire, umpire as a referee, you have to be. You're supposed to be the non-partisan. You're like, your job is to call balls and strikes to the best of your ability in any given situation. Doesn't matter what the score is or what inning it is. That is the service that you provide.
You owe it to the guys
Yep.
to be accurate. The stats matter. These guys, some of them are in the portal. They're looking for jobs. They
That's
want to
true.
put numbers up. ERAs matter.
Yeah.
Batting averages matter.
No, and that's just how it goes. I know sometimes we talked about the human aspect that sometimes you kind of get complacent a little bit. You know, it's already a long game. We're 2.5 hours in so far, so you know I've umpired U11 minor ball in a 19-16 gong show, and all you want to do is get out there and go home. But at the same time, you know, that's not the case here. Like,
So a full count with 2 out. Cramp will be on the move here with the pitch, not being held on by Giacalone. And there he goes. Fouled straight back by Weaver. And we're going to do it again.
yep. And for Weaver, that's what you have to do. You can't leave anything to chance in a full count situation with 2 out. Anything close, that's what you're taught as a hitter. Well, and really any 2-strike count, but especially full with 2 out.
Hit in the air to center. Morrison under it, and he'll make the play 3 away. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. After 8 complete, Medicine Hat 5, Weyburn no score, and we'll be back with the 9th inning of Coast Hotel's Weyburn Beaver Baseball live on FloCollege.
Well, so that's...
You can't just go, I want to open it up so we can all go home with only
No.
5.
Yeah, if that's 12-0.
I get it, you don't
Now
need
pitching for the Weyburn Beavers, number 25.
Yeah, for sure.
Casey Lindstedt. His pitch change brought to you by Squeezy Concrete.
Yeah. Said it's the inconsistencies, or like, you know, that outside fastball, you haven't called that out all game, and then you called it twice to main court. As a batter, you have to be frustrated. Because now you go, I don't know what you call.
New pitcher for the Weyburn Beavers is Casey Lindstead. For Casey on the year. Pitched in the game on Sunday against Moose Jaw, and after he had cut a finger in Regina on the tin on the dugout, a very deep laceration on some sharp edges, a dangerous setup. A kid could have done that, much less an adult baseball player. So 3 innings pitched for Casey, has allowed 6 hits, 8 runs, 6 of them earned, 2 strikeouts to go with 6 bases on balls, and an ERA of 18. Looking to get Casey an inning of work here and get him untracked. Seemed like the umpire on Mike Smith was at home plate on Sunday night, and he struggled with that sidearm delivery greatly.
Yeah. Well, as an umpire, you do have to feel for him. That is it's a weird angle to try and call a strike from.
That's down, ball 1.
And for Lindstead, as you mentioned, 6 walks through 3 innings, a tough outing for him. Trying to find that control is going to be key for him.
So the pitcher, Harnett, gets an at-bat with the DH burned.
Pitch on the outside corner, called a strike, and a spinner that is fouled back into the screen. And maybe now an adjustment that hitters have to go, okay, I can't leave that outside fastball anymore. It's getting called strikes.
Now it's getting called.
Now
yeah.
we got to swing.
Down. 2-2. So with the pitcher in the box, it reminds me of that LSU Todd Peterson. That was epic. Yeah, did you hit? Yeah, I hit bombs, coach.
Yeah.
I never hit in high school.
Yeah. What was your thought when you went up to the box? Go yard. I mean, I'm a pitcher, so I might as well. I got nothing to lose.
Coach, I lied.
Yeah, I lied. I hit BP. That was it. I've never hit in high school.
But I hit nukes.
Yeah.
Full count.
Well, and for Harnett, this is what you want to do in this situation. For Pritchard, who has struggled with control, leave them be. Let them walk you.
Good piece of hitting there to foul that off.
Well, I maybe thought that was the pitch to hit.
He looks like a guy who hasn't hit since high school.
Yeah. Well, that one a very fast
Lots of
arm
pitchers were
swing.
at one time really good pitchers.
That one way
Or
outside.
good hitters, rather. Often the best players on their team play multiple positions.
Well, and a good AB there for Harnett as he draws the walk.
Fought off a good pitch to continue the full count. So the pitcher aboard fires up the Mavs dugout. And the top of the order with Carson Chan. Low, ball 1. That's been the problem for Lindstead. It's been the walks.
Yeah. Sorry, I think I said Pritchard before, but yeah, Lindstead it's been the control as that one flied out to left field. And able to settle under it and make the catch for the first out of the inning. And for Lindstead, that is what you're looking for. Pitches across the plate that they can put in play, so hopefully you end up recording outs.
Well, and I think that, it's a difficult delivery to read.
Yeah.
So if you can get it in the zone, you're gonna get that kind of thing.
Well, and a lot of, side armor, submariner pitchers, usually they're pitch to contact. They're not generally strikeout artists. I mean, Lindstead's only got 2 so far this season. Obviously, small amount of work, but I think of Tyler Rogers on the Blue Jays. That's a pitch to contact. You're looking for ground balls or, pop outs.
Yep.
That one
That's
turned
a line
on.
foul.
And that is that is a valuable asset to have, in your rotation or in your bullpen, I should say, is a pitch to contact submariner. It offers a different look, and, hopefully you can get in, get your work done, get out. Throw over there, Harnett, to keep him honest.
Know.
Well, you never know. I don't think
Right.
does Harnett have any steals so far this year?
I don't think he had. I think that's his first bat of the year.
He has no at bats and no steals.
So the motivation to go is strong, I would think.
Like
you may not get another chance to steal a base.
Oh, and what's the worst thing that happens? You get thrown out. You're still up 5.
You're still up 5. I mean, I don't know if he can run or not.
Good pitch from Lindstedt.
2-2.
I'm trying to work that outside. That one maybe a little bit high.
I think it was up.
Yeah. Tipped Gurney, unable to hang on to that one, and umpire checking on him.
Still 2-2. Blake Dale. Breaking ball doesn't make it all the way back, and that'll fill the count.
Now do you take off? If you're Harnett, why not? Let's see what kind of lead he gets at first. Nothing crazy. Not going,
That's
but
up.
a good pitch. Just upstairs for ball 4.
Matt's fired up.
Yeah, back-to-back walks for Lindstedt.
So those are finishing up, but when it gets to the plate, is it possibly there? They look up to me.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. It's not that extreme of a sidearm that you could see a rise ball effect. Like, as I mentioned, Tyler Rogers, his release point, that one gets by Gurney and runners will advance. Tyler Rogers, it's crazy when you see the slow motion of him because his arm almost touches the shale.
Yeah.
And the rise ball does take an effect from there. That's more of a traditional sidearm. If anything, you're going to see sideways movement more or less than upwards.
More like a guy that was with the Beavers a couple of years ago, Devin Costa, who was highly effective. His slider rose. Overthrown a bit there by Lindstedt.
Yeah.
Good job by Rob Gurney to knock it down. You know that Harnett wants to score here.
Oh, no doubt. And a really good knockdown from Gurney. He said Lindstedt kind of gripped that one a little bit and got around it.
This is actually Adam Volcano at the plate.
Okay. He's also had some pitching appearances so far. No batting, though.
So his first plate appearance at any rate.
And Gurney's going to come out and talk with Lindstedt here. Do you walk?
That counts as a visit.
Yeah. It's 2-0 is the count.
I thought it was 3.
I thought it was 3-2. I thought it was 3-0 as well. Not 3-2, but yeah, I think we. Okay, no, that was just signaling a mound visit. But I don't hate an intentional walk in a 3-0 situation, and maybe that's what Gurney is saying. Hey, just
Nothing good.
Nothing crazy. Just fire it at my glove, and that one inside will load the bases. So another walk for Lindstedt. 3 straight walks loads the bases here in the top of the 9th. 1 out. We'll bring Carter Roth up to the plate.
Oops, I put that in the wrong spot.
Roth. Single and a run in the third. 1 for 3 is a wild pitch there. Throw on a home, and Harnett makes it in safe. That'll make it 6-0 now in the top of the ninth. So, yeah, I believe Roth 1 for 4, or 1 for 3 and a walk with a single and a run. Well, and that takes away the double play, and that's what you're really looking for when you're a reliever.
Throws
That one's-
behind the hitter. Another wild pitch.
And that's a much easier run in to home there for Lakedale.
Back-to-back wild pitches.
Makes it 7-0.
You don't want to have to get somebody else up.
No, you just, yeah. You want to put it over the plate, just get out of this.
Oh, and that's
That
a
one
pass
on
ball.
Gurney. What I was going to say before that pitch, too, infield was playing in, and I really don't understand that. You're looking for outs in this situation. You know, just outs. Try and get out of this inning, and, you know, hopefully you can score a few in the ninth to salvage.
Like, I think, I don't know. I mean, at some point you got to go get him.
Well, and now we're going to see a pitching change. As 4 straight walks and 3 wild pitches for Lindstedt will.
Ooh, they do not have a base hit.
No, well, I said it was
It's 5 walks.
walks, and then every one of them is walked in on a wild pitch, and that's the end for Lindstedt's short effort here in the ninth.
Harnett scored. Dale scored. Volcano scored.
Yep. And Roth is on first with 1 away. I do not know who is warming up. Anthony Cortez.
So we have a
Position player?
position player.
Alrighty.
Anthony has not thrown.
Also hasn't hit.
Yeah, he has hit.
Or where am I? Oh, I guess this is the lineup, the current lineup, probably. Oh, okay. I'm just blind.
Well, it doesn't sort from.
Yeah, it sorts by
it's
average.
backwards.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like, yeah. It's,
So
I have to kind of crop it because
Yeah.
it doesn't edit out the pitchers. If it gives all the pitchers in there who don't even have an at bat, like
Right.
there's some improvements that need to be made.
yeah. So Anthony Cortez, position player on the mound for the Beavers.
Was
and-
4 walks. I wrote that one down twice. We're okay.
Okay.
We're okay.
Yeah.
Roth is on first. Morrison, I'll just let it ride. Okay, ball 1.
And it is Morrison, right? Number 22.
Correct.
Okay.
So I wrote it down twice. Well, maybe I'm a prophet again.
You might be. Yeah.
3 balls
Yeah, inside for ball 3
so far.
is 4-pitch one. You are psychotic. Yeah, that's.
Hey!
Oh, no, it's a strike right on the inside corner.
Okay,
A walk.
I had it right.
Yeah, it got there in the end.
Frankie Giacalone will be the hitter. 8-0 Mavs lead.
You know, I was talking about before, as an umpire, you shouldn't extend the zone. You might want to extend the zone.
Well, as when you bring in a position player, yes.
Like that was a high pitch,
Yes.
but
Wild
that you
pitch.
you probably could call that a strike. Wild pitch will advance. Runners to second and third.
As soon as the position player comes in,
Yeah.
that's different.
I said this game is over, barring an insane ninth inning comeback for the Beavers. That one skied foul. Back here tomorrow night, though.
Yeah, another crack at it. Logan Lynch will be the starting pitcher tomorrow night, I believe. Blocked by Rob Gurney.
Yep. Right on the outside corner.
If you want to go,
Count 2-2. You talking to me?
No, I'm talking to her. Our producer and spotter is getting a
That
little
one's
tired
going to
here.
be a down on the right field line. It might be a triple. Nope. Stand-up double. That will drive in both runners, though, and the score is now 10-zip. I'm going to bring Johnny Volcano up to the plate. Called strike there. He is 1 for 2 and hit by a pitch. If my eyes are right.
Base on balls, but
Oh,
you
walk?
are right. Yep. The red is the hit by pitch.
I'm looking at the
blue
guy
is a walk.
before. I'm looking at the guy before.
Oh, okay,
That's
gotcha.
That's my bad.
Yep.
Oh.
You saw the red mark. My
Yeah, so 1
my
for 2 and a
rainbow-
walk.
My rainbow scorecard. It's a lot. I don't know. It's really difficult for me to call a game without a scorecard.
It is.
Like,
Well, and you can get the live, you get the information right there. That one fouled back behind the screen. Count remains 1-2. 1 out. Here in the top of the ninth.
Anthony Cortez with a strikeout. Dotted a fastball there.
That had an extra 10 mile an hour behind that one. I think he wanted it. That had some steam on the outside corner.
So 2 away.
First pitch, ball in the dirt.
Nate King, the hitter. And a ground ball. Dale picks it up over to first. And that will retire the side. So Nate King, the one positive on the night is that the Beavers held Nate King to an 0 for 5 night. That's the only highlight.
That's a positive.
Well, they scored
that, and they didn't have any hits that inning.
one. Just a
Oh, they
double.
had one?
Just a double by Jack
Oh, right,
Aloney
the double, yeah.
off of the position player. There
Right.
were no errors.
Nope.
And there was one left
Yeah.
in scoring position. Not that it matters. But well, we'll be right back with the bottom of the ninth after this. After nothing, maybe. I don't know.
Is this a new chucker?
No, it's still Hornet. King is just getting his gear on. Top of the order for the Beavers here in the bottom half of the ninth inning. Beavers do trail by 10. So maybe an opportunity here for, the guys at Dale, Dauphiny, who haven't seen live pitching in maybe a month and a half, actually, to see some more pitches. And so if we can get a couple of base runners on and accomplish that at least.
And for Dauphiny, bit of a weird game at the plate for him. 2 strikeouts, 2 hit by pitches, and a walk.
No, this one, that was a...
Oh, you lied on that one?
I went...
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
So 2 strikeouts, a hit by pitch, and a walk.
Yeah.
0 for 2. But a 500 OBP.
Right. Fouled over the screen and out of play. 2 balls and 1 strike. Up. 3-1. So hitters count here for Ryan Dauphiny.
Well, and you might as well swing.
Takes it. Count should be full.
I believe so.
Okay. I've got it full on my card. 2-2 on the scoreboard. Foul out of play.
Yeah, it looks like full.
Ball 4. They never did get the third ball up. There it is.
The third and the fourth up there in due time. So another walk for Dauphiny. On base percentage jumps to 666 for him.
600. 3 for 5.
Wouldn't that be 666 then?
No, that would be 2 for 3.
Ah, right. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
Or 4 for 6.
Right. I forgot that was his 5th. That one. Fouled back.
Joe Medill, a couple of hits on the night. And a walk. 2 for 3. One of those hits, that infield single, a great effort by Archer to try and dive, laid out completely horizontal.
Yeah, incredible to even get to that. And we'll have to take a look at Arthur's line on tonight because he was pretty incredible. I mean, his pitching stats were pretty sweet.
We will get you Derek Archer's line right now. Archer, 6 innings pitched, scattered 4 hits, walked 4, and struck out 11.
Yeah.
While not giving up a run.
Strikeout there on Joe Medill. That's the first out of the bottom of the 9th.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is something that does have to change for the Beavers. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 strikeouts.
Yeah. Well, and no runs. I mean...
Well, you're not giving yourself a chance.
Yeah.
That's 31 strikeouts in 2 games.
4 runners left in scoring position, and that amount of strikeouts, to not drive in any runs off of that is, that it's hard for any team to win.
12 left on, 5 in scoring position for the Beavers.
Well, and the tough part, too, is it wasn't, necessarily a great night for the pitching staff, but there was a chance. You had bases loaded in a 5-0 game. You clear that. You have an opportunity to come back in this game. You don't take advantage of it, and then you end up giving up 5 of your own in the next inning, and you turn a otherwise close game into a blowout.
Ball 4. Hugh Montgomery draws a walk. Mound visit. I don't think anybody's been warming over there.
No, I don't I see people standing, but I don't see any action.
Not moving around. at
Well,
all.
and really, you don't want to bring in
don't.
another pitcher for
No,
this.
no.
You just want Arnott to.
You got another game tomorrow night. You don't want to
Well,
burn
yeah.
another arm.
I think the conversation is everything down Main Street.
Right.
Force the Beavers to hit you out of this game. You don't have to try and paint it on the corners, especially in a 10-0 game.
So Nick Miller will be the hitter. Nick only been in town for about a week. Won in his first 9. So looking to get Nick Miller going here with an at-bat late in this one.
Did get an RBI off of that hit. 5 strikeouts, though, and 2 walks. The 5 strikeouts through 9 at-bats. And I don't know if that one on the swing or the pitch, but my guess is from that call it was on the pitch.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. It's getting bigger now,
Yeah.
and it should.
Yeah. Well, and for the Beavers in a 10-0 game, you should want to swing. Get any opportunity, and that one on the inside, Park called strike 3.
Okay, that there's a limit.
True.
I
Yeah.
think, and he found it right there.
Yeah. At the same time, as a hitter, when you're down
You
10-0
can't even get
in
a
the
bat
bottom
on-
of the
You
9th,
can't get a bat on that pitch.
no. But at the same time, in the whole at bat, you got to take that bat off your shoulders.
Yeah,
Like,
that's that last one though. That's
yeah.
ridiculous. Like I see, open it up, but
Yeah.
not in the other box. That's in the zone. 1-1. That a girl. Swing and a miss. 1-2. So our first night with putting the count up on the score bug. So just crushing it over here.
Final strike.
Swing and a miss. And that'll be the ball game. So the Beavers fall in this one. 10-0. The line score. A clean defensive game, so I can say that.
Yep.
The Mavericks, 10 runs on only 6 hits. So when you are not 2 hits to score a run, you're giving away way too much for free.
Yeah, well, so when you take a look at their scorecard, I see a lot of blue. What's that? 5, 7, 8, 9 walks for the Beavers. 10 walks? 9 or 10 walks for the Beavers pitching staff. 1 or 2 hit by pitches. Those are, almost a dozen free bases.
9 it is.
9 walks and 2 hit by pitches. So 11 free bases for the Mavericks, plus a multitude of wild pitches, ends up driving in a bunch of runs. And what was a low-hitting night, but a 10-0 win for the Mavericks on a Tuesday night at Tom Lang Park.
The Beavers, no runs on 5 hits. Here's the difference in the game. Well, besides the walks, 7 left on base for the Mavericks, 14 for the Beavers.
Yeah, and said you go back to the bases loaded in the, 7th there, when they had that opportunity. If, that was pretty much the ball game there. If you can't, drive in runners with in scoring position in an opportunity like that, you're pretty much sealing your fate. So that's the case tonight for the Beavers. They'll try and pick it back up tomorrow and hopefully come away with a split here in the 2-game homestand.
So the winning pitcher tonight, Derek Archer. The losing pitcher is Logan Kinter. No save situation tonight So that's going to do it for us here. Like my partner Dylan Fiesel said, we're going to do it again here tomorrow night against these same Mavericks. Beavers will try to get them back on track. I do believe it is Logan Lynch going tomorrow night, so I'm expecting